We're the Hebrew Israelites. We come out week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of Esau and the destruction of America. We like to say Barak Yahweh.
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 Bahashim Rakam
Bahashim Rakam Kadash.
Number one, the apostles and elders of GMS. Salutations to you brothers out there that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. So we're about the will of the Father, man. You know, we're not conformed to this world like everybody else is. Everybody else is worried about, you know, coming up, right? Getting rich or getting into that position at work. Their minds are more focused on the things of the world than to be focused on the things of Yahweh Shemel Shah. Matter of fact, let me get that in Romans chapter 12. Right? Start at the second verse. Hold me that, Luke.
Gotcha. This is Romans 12:2. It says, and be not conformed to this world.
So the scripture says, be not conformed to this world. Because what Paul said, I count all things as dung on the earth. Why? Because according to the prophecy, the Lord is going to destroy this place, man. This place is going to be laid waste, right? Because this place is built on wickedness. What does the Lord do to kingdoms that are built on wickedness? He exterminates them, man. You go into Genesis, the 19th chapter, going into Sodom and Gomorrah, the Lord rained fire and brimstone down on that place, man. You look at these ancient great kingdoms, what are they at now, man? Right, go ahead.
It says, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Right, so you got to be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Your mind have to be on these scriptures, man. You have to live this life, man. If you was chosen to come out of this world, right, to do the will of Yahweh Shemel Shah, your mind have to be about this work, man. Your mind can't be about the things of the world, because if your mind is of the world and you're more preoccupied with the things of the world, you're not going to be preoccupied with the scriptures to break down and walking uprightly, man. Look at these people, man. You think they're about this Bible, man? If they was about this Bible, we'll have a crowd of people out here listening, right? But we don't have a crowd of people out here listening because the Lord didn't choose every damn body. The Lord only chose the elect, man. That's the 144,000 and 1/3, right? Go ahead with your stuff.
This is from the book of Titus, chapter 2, and verse. I'll start at verse 11. And so it says, "For the grace of the Most High, that bringeth salvation, hath appeared."
And salvation belongs to who? The Israelites.
Yep.
Salvation don't belong to everybody, man.
Right.
Salvation only belongs to the Israelites, because the Lord, what did he say in Joel 2? He said, for I am in the midst of Israel, man. Go ahead.
It says, "For the grace of the Most High that bringeth salvation hath appeared to all men, teaching us that denying ungodliness and worldly lusts, we should live soberly, righteously."
Right, so the Lord tell you how you should walk in this world. Right? You should walk soberly. You should walk uprightly.
Yep.
You should walk with godliness. He tell men and female how to be, man. You go into the book of Titus, right? He said, young men be sober. He told the woman, young women be sober, be keepers at home, right? Teach the young women, right? Teach the children the laws and statutes, commandments, according to the book of Deuteronomy, the 11th chapter. The Lord have set up an order that Israelites have to follow. But what's been going on? They haven't been following these things. They're more worried about, you know, getting that rap going on, spending weeks on lyrics and shit, right? Right? Trying to get into that supervisor, manager, district manager position, right? Or trying to become a CEO, or trying to become an entrepreneur, man. The Lord ain't worried about that. He's about to wipe that shit off the face of the earth, man. That's where your focus want to be. Your focus want to be in the things of the world and not with the will of Yahweh Shemel Shah, who you literally call God and Jesus. You out of your damn mind, man. Hey, because when all these things begin to happen, the prophecy spoken in the Bible, which the Lord said, what? For all these things that I have spoken shall come to pass. Ezekiel the 12th chapter, the 25th verse.
No.
He said, these things shall come to pass. What the Bible talks about? It talks about the sword, talks about famine, right? Talks about drought. It talks about wars and rumors of wars. It talks about people rioting. It talks about people coming up against their neighbors, people coming against their family members, becoming enemies. That's what the Bible is speaking about, man. That's what the Lord is speaking about, right? So if you're more focused on the things of the world and not what's written in this book, you're going to be caught up in this hell that's coming, man. And it's coming. You had a brother, recently on the group chat post about the CHIP, man, the Charagma. So they're going to be pushing that real soon, man. They're going to be pushing that to be mandatory. Guess what? That's prophecy in Revelations, the 13th and 14th chapter, man.
That's right.
So you want to be focused on the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and what He wants you to do in order to find salvation, right? Go ahead.
It
Finish
says,
off your precept.
this is I'm gonna run it back from Titus 2:13, and it says actually 2:12, Salakia. It says, teaching us that denying denying ungodliness and worldly lusts.
And these people, they're not denying that, man.
Nope.
These people are covetous, they're boasters, they're blasphemers, they're proud,
Lasciviousness.
right? They're lasciviousness,
Yep.
hatred, variance. These people are all these things. And when you go into 1 Corinthians, the 6th chapter, the 9th verse, what the Lord said, for none of these things shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, man. Why? Because your ass gonna be burnt up. And then even before that, man, you're gonna catch all this hell that's coming, man. When these devils really bring that hell down upon you people, hey, this is what you're gonna be caught up in, man. Go ahead.
It says we should live soberly, righteously, and
It
godly.
said what? Righteously, man. It says we should live righteously, man. People are doing their own damn thing, man. People want to be transformers. They want to be in an LGBTQ. They want to be doing their own thing. Fuck, man ain't nothing but shit, pieces of shit, right? These niggas out here with the dreads and the dreadlocks and all that bullshit only focus on, you know, either fucking a dude's wife or making money, man. This is what's happening in the world, man. Go ahead.
You know, and plus there's dudes who don't believe, you know, who don't believe in the Bible because they say that a man wrote it. You know, bugged out. All right, it says
Well, spiritual man wrote the Bible.
Yep.
The Lord Himself isn't going to come down and start writing a book and give it to us, man.
Right.
The scripture says what? The Lord is a consuming fire, man. He'll burn all this shit up if He came down here, man.
That's right.
But you stupid ass people don't know nothing, man. Yeah, I want to see the Lord physically, man, in order for me to believe, man.
Hey, bro, people said that back then, but then what happened?
Right.
Oh, wait.
When they wanted to hear the Lord's voice, when they wanted to hear the Most High voice on the mountain.
Yeah.
And then the scripture says what? It began to thunder and lighten, man.
Right.
And then they feared and they told Moses, we don't want to hear the Lord no more, man. So if our people didn't want to deal with the Lord in the ancient world, what makes you people think y'all can handle Him now?
Exactly.
Knowing that you're even much more weaker than you was then, man. You people mentally, y'all weak as hell, man. Y'all can't even take the little shadows and shit that you see in your house. A lot of you motherfuckers can't even watch scary movies without being scared, man.
Hey, bro,
Be
people say
shaking and
chariots.
shit. And my damn, when we watch a scary movie, she still jumps. Alright, you still jumping at a scary movie? It's like when I watch a movie, man, I damn near know what's about to happen. I'm like, look, the movie Insidious and shit.
Yep.
What was that? Not the one that just came out. It's called The Lock something. I forget what it's called. But she was like moving all the damn briefcases and shit with the nurses because her father was killing all the nurses because he was supposedly possessed by a demon. Yeah. And then I'm like, watch, something gonna pop out that motherfucker. That's obvious as hell. Then she opens up the suitcase, a demon pops out. My demon all like this. He frees up like a goat and shit. I'm like, come on, man. This shit has become obvious.
Predictable, man. That's what is predictable
So
now.
you people can't handle that, man. What makes you think you want to hear the Lord, man, the Almighty? You know, get out of your damn minds, man. Go ahead.
Carl, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 5. And I'll start at 19. It says I'll start at 18. It says, woe unto them that draw iniquity with cords of vanity, and as sin as it were with the cart rope, that say, let him make speed and hasten his work, that we may see it. And let the counsel of the Holy One of Israel draw nigh, and come that we may know it.
Hey, that's why the scriptures tell you in Matthews, he called them a generation of vipers that seeketh to see a sign, man. Cause y'all can't wait for some. Y'all can't. Oh, when he gonna crack? You know, come through, and is he gonna come and he gonna be glory and songs and shit behind him, and is he gonna look like a golden retriever?
Right.
That's what you people are expecting, man.
Bro, it tells you in the book how he's gonna come back. Very plainly, man. With power and great glory.
Go ahead.
With this or with
Yeah.
it? Con, this is back in that Titus 2 and 2:12. It says we should live soberly, righteously, and godly in this present
Don't
world.
call a Christian
Yeah.
that.
Well, law's done away with.
Don't tell a Christian that, because laws are done away with. Jesus Christ fulfilled the laws, so we don't have to keep the laws. We could just live unrighteously. The only thing we have to do is believe in the name of Christ. We're gonna be saved, man. Go ahead.
It says, verse 13. It says, looking for that blessed hope and the glorious appearing of the great power and our Savior, Yahushua HaMashiach, who gave himself for us that he might redeem us from all iniquity and purify himself a peculiar people, zealous of good works.
Zealous of good works, man.
It's the good work, man.
You're going back into Romans chapter 7, verse 12 to tell you what good is, man. So this isn't only just about believing in the name, but also doing his will. Like Yahushua said, he said, what? I am about my Father's business. Yeah. And what he was out there doing, he was out there teaching, man. Yeah. He was out there teaching at the age of 12 and shit. So he was about the Father's business. Yahushua just went at home, let me put this chair together, these tables together, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna sell them to the people, and that's all I'm gonna do. That's it. I'm the Son of God. That's all people. That's all I need to know is that I'm the Son of God. I ain't gotta go out there and talk to these niggas. What? I ain't gotta go out there and talk to them niggas, man. I'm gonna put some chairs and tables together, and I'm gonna sit and chill back, man. Nah, Yahushua said, look, man, I gotta go do the work, man. I gotta go teach, man. I gotta go do these things because this is the will of my Father. Go ahead.
Hey, can I get that in Luke?
Go ahead.
Yeah. This is Luke 2. I'm going to start at verse 46. It says, and it came to pass that after 3 days they found him in the temple, sitting in the midst of the doctors, both hearing them and asking them questions.
Hey, so there you go, man. Hey, the Lord was out there doing the work already, man. He asked them the questions. Hey, what's this? Hey, what y'all talking about right here, man? Hey, y'all got to ask these questions. Right, he already asked a question. He already amped to want to know things, man. Go ahead.
Verse 47, it says, and all that heard him were astonished at his understanding and answers.
Why? Because that goes back to Isaiah the 11th chapter. Let me get that on Isaiah 11 and 1. Let me get that Isaiah 11 and 1. Right, because they see he had great understanding. He had great understanding of the word, man. But why is that? Because he was the first spirit created, right? And the Lord gave him that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Go ahead with that.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 11. And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse.
Right? Who is that? Yahushua, right? Go ahead.
And a branch shall grow out of his roots. And the spirit of Yahweh shall rest upon him, the spirit of wisdom and understanding.
But didn't it say he had great understanding? Go ahead.
It says the spirit of wisdom and understanding, the spirit of counsel and might, the spirit of knowledge and the fear of Yahweh.
And he had this at the age of 12, man. He had this at going up to the temple at a young age, like that brother Awar over there when he first got in the truth, right? And he already like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take this book and I'm questioning y'all about it, man. Then I'm gonna give y'all understanding on it, right? At a young age, man. Brothers, a lot of brothers will wish to have been that age and been doing what Yahushua was doing. Go ahead.
Back in Luke 2, verse 48, it says, and when they saw him.
But hey, look, we happy to be doing it now. Because the Lord picked us out of the world at a certain age and put us in this before it was too late, man. Go ahead.
Verse,
better late than never.
Luke 2 and 48, it says, and when they saw him, they were amazed. And his mother said unto him, Son, why hast thou dealt with us? Why hast thou thus dealt with us? Behold, thy father and I have sought thee sorrowing.
Look, man, we've been looking for you, man. Yeah. Like, damn, where you go, man? We've been, traveling around and shit trying to find you, man. We finally got you, dude. What's up? What you doing? What you up to? Go ahead.
Verse 49, it says, and he said unto them.
And then you gotta imagine Yahushua at a young age, right? Yahushua looking at them like, I'm gonna tell you. Go ahead.
Verse 49, it says, and he said unto them, how is it that ye sought me? Wist ye not that I must be about my Father's business?
He said, while y'all looking for me, I'm doing the work of my Father. I'm out here busy. I'm working, man. I'm putting in the hours and the overtime, man. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do for Yahushua, man, for my Father Yahweh. Right? While y'all looking for me, this is what I'm going to be about. Let me get that, John. I'll get your precept.
This is the book of Psalms 147 and 5. It says, great is our Lord and of great power.
Let me get Psalm 48.
His understanding is infinite.
His understanding is infinite, man. His understanding is infinite, man. So how can you top that, man? That's why I say, man, it's bugged out that people put limiters on Yahweh and his son, man, which is bugged out. Go ahead.
If I may say, the scriptures say in the book of John, the first chapter, that the word was in the beginning, and the word was made flesh. Okay, and that's speaking of Yahweh Shai. So if Yahweh Shai was in the beginning, the second spirit created, okay, then that ultimately knows that, you know, the Heavenly Father gave him, okay, the blueprint, you know, and how all things were made. I mean, hey, Yahweh Shai knows all things from the Most High. See what I'm saying? So for him to be reasoning with the doctors and for, you know, the men of because the book has a lot of knowledge in it, man. This book can govern a society, man. The scriptures say that wisdom draws you to the kingdom, roughly paraphrasing.
That's right. Go ahead.
This is John chapter 3 and 36. He that believeth on the Son hath everlasting life. And he
6 and 30.
John chapter 6 and 36.
You got that Psalm 40 and 8.
This says, but I said unto you that ye saw, but I said unto you that ye also have seen me, and believe not, and that the Father giveth me, and Salah, all that the Father giveth me shall come to me, and in him that cometh to me I will in no wise cast out. For I came down from heaven not to do mine own will, but the will of him that sent me.
Hey, so Yahweh Shai came down to do the will of him that sent him, man. Right? Yahweh Shai didn't send himself. He was sent by the Father to do his will. That's why he said, for I am about the Father's business, man. So such as we should be is about the Father's business, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. And what did he say, man? He said, what? The spirit of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy, man. Right? He said, what? I'd rather that ye speak prophecy according to the book of 1 Corinthians, the 14th chapter, man. So this is what we out here doing, man. We out here speaking the word, whether people like it or not, man. Because this is wait, let me get a John 10 and 27, man. Because look, we heard the voice, man, when brothers was out here teaching, or when we heard a video, or we heard a rumor about this. Hey, we sought this out, man, because it was in our spirit to do so. Yep. So now look at where we at now. We're out here doing the same work that we heard other brothers doing, man. Go ahead.
This is John chapter 10, verse 27. It says, my sheep hear my voice.
And we heard the Lord's voice because he speaks through who? The prophets. Go ahead.
And I know them, and they follow me.
So the Lord know us, and we follow him, just like Paul said. Paul said what? He said, follow me as I follow Mashiach Yahweh Shai, right? So this is what we're doing, man. We're following the Lord. We're gonna do the work, man. Right? Because this is what they would call the bread and the butter, man. This is the bread and the butter, baby. And this is what we gonna do. Let me get Matthew 4 and 4.
Yeah. This is Matthew chapter 4, verse 4. And it reads, Matthew 4 and 4. It says, but he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone,
right,
but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High.
So if you go back to the book of Ezekiel, right, the Lord told him what? He said, ye shall eat this roll, and your belly shall be bitter, but your mouth shall be sweet, man. So by eating this roll, this is what's going on, man. We out here to speak the words of Yahweh Shemel Shah. To who? To Israel, man.
Yep.
That's right.
And to let Israel know that the Lord is about to bring great destruction, man.
That's right.
Right? So the scripture says what? Seek him while he may be found. This is where you find the Lord at, man. You find the Lord out on the highways and byways. You can't be in your house hoping that he might appear in your closet somewhere.
Yeah.
Right? That he might appear at the dinner table. Right? The Lord is out here right now. You will read these books. You will go to Ecclesiastes. There's no new thing under the sun. So just as the prophets did then, it's the same thing they will be doing now. Let me get Jeremiah 28:8. And somebody hold me Jeremiah 50 and 1, Barzal.
It's Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. The prophets that have been before me,
right,
and before thee of old, prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence.
And guess what? Yahweh Shah said these will be the things that's going to come, man. Let me get Matthew 24. Let me get that.
This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 8. It says, remove out of the midst of Babylon,
right,
and go forth out of the land of the Chaldeans, and be as the he-goats before the flocks.
Yep.
For lo, I will raise a cause to come up against Babylon, an assembly of great nations.
And this is what the Lord is preparing, an assembly of great nations to come up against America. Everybody is moving away from America. Everybody is moving away from the dollar. Everybody is preparing nuclear arsenals. Everybody is preparing their military units. They're training them. They're combating. They're going over military drills. This is what's coming, man. The Lord is showing you that the time is near for him to come. Go ahead.
Right. For lo, I will raise a cause to come up against Babylon, an assembly of great nations from the north country.
Going back to what? Isaiah the 13th chapter, right? Isaiah the 13th chapter, he said what? For they assemble, they come down, they assemble together. Let me get that in Isaiah the 13th chapter. Let's start at the 3rd verse.
This is Isaiah chapter 13 and 3. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness.
Right.
The noise of a multitude in the mountains.
What did he say? The noise of a multitude in the mountains. Go ahead.
Like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. Yahweh of hosts mustereth the host of the battle.
Right.
They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, and even Yahweh and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land.
Hey, look at that, man. Hey, so try to explain to a Christian where all the love and peace coming from, man. When the Lord is about to bring great destruction by way of the nations, man. All of this turmoil that's going on with the nations isn't for nothing, man. The scripture says what? The Lord mustereth the host of the battle. So the Lord is working on the minds of the king. Go ahead,
Oh, no, I was just going to mention, they got this guy, Kim Jong-un, him and President, here in Vladimir Putin are starting to rub some shoulders, man.
Yeah.
So, and we know that Kim Jong-un, Donald Trump was calling him the Rocket Man. Because for every little thing America was doing, he was trying to flex that button, saying, hey, just give me a reason to push that button.
Right.
And that's when Kim Jong-un called up that evacuation.
Yeah.
Right? He said, hey, man, I'm going to evacuate my people because we might go to nuclear war with the Americas, man. Let me get Proverbs, one of you brothers, let me get Proverbs 21:1. I believe that's he said he's working on the minds of kings.
Yeah. I got one.
Go ahead,
This is Psalm 7 and 13. He has prepared for him the instruments of death.
Yeah.
He ordaineth his arrows against the persecutors.
What book, chapter, and verse is that?
Psalm 7 and 13.
Come on, keep going up.
It says, because he travaileth with iniquity.
Start at 12, actually.
Okay, gone. Psalm 7 and 12. If he turn not, he will whet his sword.
Right, so he will whet his sword, man. So the Lord is going to whet his sword, man. He's preparing that sword to sharpen that sword to cause mass death, right? Go ahead.
He hath bent his bow and made it ready.
Right, so when you bend a bow and make it ready, what are you about to do? You about to shoot it off so it can hit its target, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's why he gave him that technology so that they could build those propelling systems to get those missiles to go from one part of the earth to the other.
13.
You know? So it says, verse 14, behold, he so like 13. He has also prepared for him the instruments of death.
The instruments of death, man. Right, so the Lord is prepared for him the instruments of death, man. And that's what you people don't see, man, is that the Lord is about to cause a lot of death on the earth, man. The Lord is about to kill a lot of people, man. Go ahead.
It says, he ordaineth his arrows against the persecutors.
Because at the end of the day, this is about vengeance, man.
Yep.
Because vengeance is of the Lord. And the Lord said what? His vengeance is upon Edom for what he have done unto my people. And when you go into Zechariah 14 and 12, he said, hey, this is for the nations, for the prosecution they put upon Jerusalem. Go ahead.
Verse 14, behold, he travaileth with iniquity and hath conceived mischief and brought forth falsehood. He made a pit and digged it, and is fallen into the ditch which he made.
Right, and this devil, he have dug his own a pit, man. And he have dug this pit, and then he started doing what? He started walking at night. He said, man, I gotta go find this pig that I did, because I forgot where I put it. Right, then he fucking walks right into it, and then falls in it. And this is what this devil have done. He have set up his whole banking system, his whole currency system, and then he have set up the system for nuclear weaponry, man, which is now coming up against him. Go ahead.
It says, his mischief shall return upon his own head.
Look, his mischief, his wickedness shall return upon his own head, man. So all of these devices that you have come up with is now turning back up on you, man. So like the scripture says, you live by the sword, you die by the sword, right? So you want to get people together and you want to create these weapons that's going to cause massive destruction, but only to bring destruction to your own society, man. Go ahead.
And his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate.
And this devil is violent. He's a violent man.
Right.
Everything he have gotten from the resources to the land, he did violently, man. The scripture says, for the city is filled with blood. How is the city filled with blood? Through the slaughtering of the so-called Native Americans, Hispanics, and so-called blacks, man.
Right.
Everything this devil have gotten, he have went over into the Middle East with his armies. He have taken oil, crude oil. He have taken resources. He have taken necessary materials that these people need. And then he say, what? You know, I'm going to destroy all this shit. I'm going to set up somebody in the place to keep giving us these resources, man. And this is what these devils have done. That's why the scripture says, woe unto him that have destroyed the city, man. Go ahead.
I got a quick one. This is Ezekiel 24:9. Therefore thus saith the Lord power, woe to the bloody city, I will even make the pile for fire great.
And the crazy thing is, man, like when they want to set up some infrastructure somewhere and they get these excavators and they're digging up the grounds, they're finding what? They're finding
Dead.
graves, man. They're finding mass graves, man. Because these devils have dug up something, then they have tossed Native Americans in there, they have tossed so-called Hispanics, they have tossed so-called blacks into these pits, and now all those bones are coming back up. Right. That's why they say, man, that which you hideth in the closet shall come out the closet, man. And everything you hidden is now coming out the closet. Now you got somebody rummaging in the closet, man. They doing this in the closet. They like, damn, what the fuck is this? Yeah. And your name is written all over it and shit, man. So now you being found out. That's why the scripture says your shame shall come upon you, man.
Hey,
That's
bros.
why all these devils now trying to escape what's been going on, because so much truth has been coming out on all the things that these devils have done throughout history. Now they want to we gotta come up with a plan to get rid of the history books. We gotta come up with a plan for this cancel culture shit. Right. We gotta do this because all of this shit is now hitting us, man. All this shit is coming back on us, man. Now people are looking at our kind, our people, and they questioning what's going on with these guys, man. Right? And then you're constantly showing your evil through your policies, through your laws, and through your police officers, and through these armies, man. Now everybody's seeing your wickedness, man. Because the Lord said it in Jeremiah 49:10, right? He said, I will uncover your nakedness, man. Yeah. So now you that harlot in the street with your ass cheeks and all that shit all out, man. So now you can't hide no more. Yep. Because now it's all being pulled up on you, man. All your lies, all your deceit, everything you've been doing is being pulled up on them. Now you got these peons, these regular ass people out here. Now they at home scratching their heads. When are our presidents, when are our leaders are going to be about us? Right. Now they're catching on to the fact that the leaders aren't about you people. They're about their own interests, man. There's a TV show, I forget what it's called, but it deals with Chinatown. Right? Chinatown coming to America, they making deals and everything like that. That whole TV show was about people, morally, these Edomites and their own interests, man. They didn't give a damn who they was gonna take out or who they was gonna fuck over in order to get what they wanted, man. So a lot of these TV shows and movies show these devils and how they are, man. It shows their mental state. This is why the scripture says, never trust thy enemy, for as iron rusteth, so does his wickedness, man. Right. If you can't trust these devils for shit, man, and you tell that devil to hold a ladder for you, you'd be greatly mistaken. He might turn around and look the other way, and your ass might fall out that iron ladder, man. You don't want to trust these devils, man. Because, hey, what's in here is fucked up, man. Because the Lord made them to be like that, man. That's why they so comfortable with lying, man. They get on TV and lie to your ass. They get on TV and contradict themselves. They get on TV and then try to fix that mistake with another damn lie, man. How can you not see these devils for what they are, man? See, and this is the will of the Lord. This is what we out here to do. To teach you the truth. Tell you about this enemy that's right up under your ass, man. But all these people want to look at these devils as if they're angels and shit. Like that old movie where they set up the Edomite woman as the angel falling from heaven and shit. Dude pulls her out the pool and shit. She can't talk, but she's so-called innocent. Because look, these devils have made themselves into the angel of light, man. But they're nothing but deceit, man. They just got that Halloween shit, man, with the costumes, man. They got the they even put the costume on, man. Now they deceiving motherfuckers, man, and making you people believe that they are holy, man. They not holy. They evil as hell. Look at the world you living in, man. Look at the laws. Look what they set up. These devils created laws to protect themselves if they was to get found out by something, man. So and then they can use this law against you and use that law against you. Because who the best lawyers? The damn small hats.
Yep. Yeah.
So they gotta find a way out of that bullshit, man. Go ahead.
I got this real quick. Nahum 3. I'm gonna start at verse 1 and then I'm gonna jump down. This is Nahum 3 and 1. It says, "Woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery."
Right, you go into that Hebrew word for woe, it means to threaten, man. To threaten. So woe unto the bloody city. The Lord is threatening this place.
Right.
He said, look, man, I'm about to bring destruction to this place, man. I'm threatening you while you sitting on your throne, man. Why you so prideful thinking you could become, you think you could sit in my seat? You out of your damn mind, man. He said, I'm setting up the works to bring destruction to this, man. Just as I have cast kings out for Israel, I should cast you down as well. That's why he said what? He said, ye shall build, but I will throw down, man. Go ahead.
It says, "Woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery."
It's all full of lies and robbery. So why would you want to believe these devils in anything they have to say, man?
Right.
Even there's lies in their hair products. There's lies in their soaps.
Toothpaste.
There's lies in their toothpaste.
Yeah.
You don't want to believe anything they say, man. Because they set up to be deceivers. They set up to be liars, man. They set up to be the wicked. Right? Hey, the Lord said, if you go to Ecclesiastes 1 and 15, man, how can that which is crooked be made straight, man? Right. Go ahead.
It says, "The prey departeth not." Verse 4. It says,
"Hey, the prey departed not." You niggas don't want to depart from this, man, because you okay with being just like them, man.
Yeah.
You okay with your own interest and how you want to do things and how you want to get it, man. You ain't worried about nobody else. That bitch just bought what? She spent what, $45 million on that land in Hawaii that was all burnt the fuck up. Oprah.
Yeah.
She ain't worried about the people out there, man. Right. She only worried about her own interests, and this is what you get out of our people, man. They get a little bit of money, and then that's it. Fuck everybody else, man. I'm Satanist.
Yeah.
Go ahead. All right.
It says, verse 4, because of the multitude of whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts that selleth nations through her whoredoms.
Hey, real quick, right? Now, you got some of our people out there, right? You got people struggling, but you willing to spend $45 million on land out there instead of $45 million for people that need help out here.
Yeah.
Come on, man. People are all about their own selfish ass gains and needs, man. You got Jake out here fucked up, getting evicted, robbing people, right? Killing for money, doing all sorts of shit. But you spent $45 million on land.
Right.
That's madness.
And then her and The Rock. And that's how crafty it is, because if you notice in the news, if something happened in a so-called black neighborhood, they'll have a black news anchor talk about it.
Damn.
Something happened in the Latino community, you have somebody of Latin or Hispanic looking talk about it. So they got Oprah, right? They got Oprah and who? They got Oprah and The Rock. He's supposed to be Pacific Island or whatever the case, right? Talking about donating money. But y'all, man, when you go into these people's network and what they, how much money they're worth, man, I think Oprah's in the billions, and this guy, The Rock, is in the
800 million,
something like that, millions of dollars, man. But they asking you with a straight smile on their face, like, And I think Obama gave them what, like, let's say, like, I want to say $700. I could be wrong. Or something to the effect. I don't know if it was 7 or 200. I forget. But you can look this up. You can look it up. The money was given, but it was very small. It was in the hundreds of dollars. What's that going to do if you lost your whole house?
Huh?
You see what I'm saying?
And especially something that took time for you to pay overtime. What the hell a couple $100 going to help you with? Maybe a loaf of bread, some noodles and shit.
Right.
it's not gonna help with nothing, man. Because these people are covetous, man. They love money. So the last thing they want to do is give up the money that they, deem that they have earned on their own.
Right.
Just like we brought up that movie last week on the damn boxer, man, who said, hey, why the hell should I believe in God when I did this on my own? I boxed, I got in those rings, God didn't, right? And that's how these people look, man. Oh, I got these millions, I got these millions myself, man. I did it how I needed to do it. God wasn't there when I made these millions.
Hey, bro, can I get this one?
A lot of people think that the Lord works like a genie, man. And that's not the case. The Lord, back then we used to have to sacrifice, man. Right? So when you ask the Lord for something, like they always say, if you want wisdom, then the Lord will put you through situations where you have to gain wisdom. Right? If you want money and you need money, then the Lord will put you in, give you opportunities where you can make money, but it ain't gonna jump in your pockets, man. A lot of our people had that mentality where they think that it could jump in their pockets, like George Foreman. I think that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like it's when you go in that ring, you could die, nigga. Right? When you go in there, you can get your head, your neck snapped, man. Who you think prevented you from doing that, man? Who gave you the energy and the stamina to go in there and fight, man? See, a lot of our people they think that it's of their own doing, but Scripture said that the Lord directed the man's steps, man. The Lord controls everything, man. The Lord is not, he doesn't work like a genie. I'm gonna call on it, because a lot of our people, they pray, then they wait and sit back and see if the Lord is gonna do something about it. But I read a quote, it says, pray like it's up to God and work like it's up to you.
Yeah.
A lot of our people they just pray without the works, man. And that's what they had a mentality. That's the Christian mentality.
Hey, that's why that miracle water be selling like hotcakes, bro.
Yeah.
Them niggas, them televangelists and shit, they selling you prayer cloths and miracle water, and Jacob buy that shit up because they just want to buy the water and sit on their ass and want something to happen. But everything that the Lord requires, it requires an action on your behalf, bro. So if you want something to change, if you pray for something, then it should be an action that follows. And that's the piece that our people don't understand.
Our people want it easy. They want things easy. Well, just like having the love of the Most High, you got to put in works to show that you love Him.
Yep.
You got to put in works in order for Him to love you, man.
Indeed.
So for you to sit around and thinking that some money is just going to appear in your pocket, then you want some witchcraft type shit. Because the only way that's gonna happen for you, if you go down there to Haiti, you ask them to do some voodoo shit, and maybe they could stir up a pot and put some money in your pocket. Right?
You gotta cut yourself. You gotta sell your soul.
I'm gonna say this too. In Haiti, they're extremely poor.
Yep.
Those are the priests of Israel, the Levites.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Because when the priests, they had that power, that connection with the Heavenly Father, like the brother said, the sacrifices. But the sacrifices were it was like 3 times a day, if I'm not mistaken. It was a work. Even on the Sabbath, they was working, doing it. The Lord requires that praise, man, at all times. But speaking about those Haitians, the reason why they're they be doing them incantations because they're actually the Levites, they're actually the priests of the Heavenly Father. So beware with the Haitians, man.
Hey, that's why
they got a temper too.
when they do that magic shit, that shit literally be working, man. 'Cause they got that direct spiritual connection. Right now they have it on the left hand side, man.
What they say to be friends, they use voodoo. When they went to war with France, man, they won, but they said that they used voodoo to do it, man. But it goes to show you that, like the brother just said, they're highly spiritual, but they're doing it on the left hand side. Now, what shows you the head of Israel is sick, man. But going back to working for something, we didn't get the land of Israel easy, man.
We had to fight. we literally had to go to war.
The Lord was with us when we came out of Egypt, but we still had to be in the wilderness for 40 years. You know what I mean? So it wasn't just given to us overnight, man. When you plant a tree, it takes time for the tree to grow, and then you get the fruit off the tree, man. You don't plant the seed and then get the fruit the next day. It don't work like that.
And a good point on that is that somebody have to plant it, man. So now you got to put the work in to even plant it. So now you got to make sure the soil is good. You got to make sure the soil have a good nutrients. And the way you got to make sure that have good nutrients is make sure it's soft, make sure it looks healthy. It can't be dry, wet. So you got to put in a lot of work just to just to plant a plant, man. Because look, if you take some dry ground, you put a plant in a dry ground, and then you put the dry ground over the damn plant, the plant gonna die, man, because the roots can't grow, nor can it get the nutrients or water it needs in order to grow. So there's a lot of work in just that, man.
The process, man.
There's a lot of work in just that alone, man. So just imagine, right, in order for you to make or get what you're trying to get, you gotta put in the work for it, man. Bro, hey, for an example, brothers up here, we say, Lord willing, we are of the elect. But in order for us to try to reach for it, we got to put in the work in order to get to that point, man. And that's doing exactly what the Lord tell us to do, right? Keep my commandments, right? Go out ye on the highways and byways, right? Keep the flock together, right? There's steps that we have to take in order to try to get there, to even try to get to that point, man. So there's always work that have to be performed, man. You can't get it the easy way. Hey, look, you're not gonna sit on your damn couch, relax with your feet up, with your head cocked back like this, and hopefully somebody knock on the door and give you a damn suitcase full of money, man. And say, hey, look, man, just be good. That nigga don't even know you, so why would he even be looking for you? Right? So you gotta be out here putting in the work. How do NBA players get money? Because they gotta put in the work to get that shit.
Hours,
How do
man.
NFL players get money? Because they gotta put in the work to get that shit. Same thing with these R&B singers and rappers and even these niggas that's in these positions, supervisors, managers. You gotta work up there, and guess what? You gotta do that shit for years before you become a manager.
Right.
Or either that, you gotta go to school, get some damn diploma, and then walk in there with a diploma in order to immediately or automatically be a manager. Yeah. So you gotta work at a point to get where you want to go. That shit's just not gonna show up in your pockets, man. This ain't the kingdom yet, man. We ain't in the kingdom yet. This is the carnal earth. This is the carnal part. This is the carnal thing we have to deal with for now, man. Is by doing it with the works of our hands. And the scripture says that, right? He said, I love it when a man worketh with his hands. So you gotta put in the work to get where you want to be. Go ahead.
This is the book of,
Go ahead.
this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 8 and 33. This is for the just, which have many good works laid up with thee, shall out of their own deeds receive reward.
Right? Hey, real quick, hey, just like she pregnant, you gotta put in work to do that. You gotta put in work to get a bitch pregnant. Shit.
By the sweat of their brow.
Hey, right? hey, things take work, man. Right?
Hey, Salaki, if I may say, man, in Genesis, in the book of Genesis, man, the Lord told Adam, out of the sweat of thy brow thou shalt eat. That means that you gotta go out there and you gotta go make it happen. In the Garden of Eden, it was like paradise. Idan, it was paradise. They had, you know, they basically had it made. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord had cast them out and told them, hey, the earth is cursed for thy sake. Meaning it's going to be hard for you. You see what I'm saying? They had to literally put the shovel to the dirt, plant seed. They had to figure it out. And that's what we're at. For basically being you know, disobedient to the Heavenly Father. But nonetheless, I mean, it's a blessing and a curse because, you know, the scriptures say much idleness teaches wickedness. So, you know, in a way, you gotta kind of be working. You gotta kind of be, you know, being positive, being, you know, doing stuff like that. Because too much of just being chilling and stuff like that will have you, you know, thinking about doing all kinds of evil shit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
The scripture says 6 days shall I work.
Yeah.
And the 7th day thou shalt rest. So you constantly put in work, and like going back to what this brother was saying, like on a farm, man. Think about the labor you gotta put on a farm, man. You literally gotta train. You gotta train. Like for an example, right? Let's say you're trying to grow crops and shit, right? And in order for you to move the dirt, how you think they did it? They had to train like the cows and shit to carry, you know, the what they call that shit, like the latch or something. The plow in order to bring the dirt out.
Yeah, to dig the row.
So you gotta try to keep the cows from going that way. You gotta try to keep them from going that way, and then you gotta keep them try to go in that straight path. That must have been a difficult fucking job, man.
Patience, man.
You got rocks and shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you gotta remove the rocks and shit.
Lots of dirt.
Yep.
And just imagine, doing that by yourself until you have sons and shit.
Man.
You gotta do that shit by yourself until you have sons. So now you got the cows moving and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Then you gotta go back through the dirt, like the brother Gabar said. You gotta remove the rocks and shit like that. It's a lot of work, man. But look, what's the what do you get out of that after you done with all that shit? You get your crops, you get your growth.
Yeah.
Now you full belly and shit, man.
Yeah.
Now you a full belly throughout the winter and fucking summer, man. And they always had to, have something laid up for the winter, man, because now you got the snow and shit, so now you can't grow anything. You tried to grow some shit, it'll die because it's too frozen. So it's always work you had to put in. And you brothers can grab your precept. Let me hold me
I got a
James
quick
2
one.
and 17.
Go ahead, the walk up to you.
This is Hosea 10, and I'll get verse 12, just because it's a good analogy the brother made. And Hosea did the same. It said, Hosea 10 and 12, it says, sow to yourselves in righteousness, reap in mercy.
Sow means to work, man. Sow means to work, man. So you got to put in the work. Hey, look, after the night, right? Brothers just go home and we just chilling back throughout the fucking week, not doing nothing. Brothers ain't got no videos up. Then we just come out on Saturday, man. That's not how we gonna be delivered, man. This have to be a consistent and continuous thing. There's holy days we gotta keep, right? The Sabbath, the new moons, right? The Day of Atonement, the Passover. We gotta put in the work by doing what? By studying, opening up the book and reading. There's all sorts of things that we have to do for this truth than just, I'm just gonna come out Saturday and soon I get home throughout the whole week from Monday to fucking Friday. I'm just gonna be chilling back, brother. I ain't even gonna post a video. Like hell no, you gotta put some work in. Go ahead, Gabar.
It says, break up your fallow ground, for it is time to seek the Lord till he come and rain righteousness upon you.
Man, that's a good one, bro.
That's a beautiful precept, man. Because look, that's what we was just talking about with the cows, man, is breaking up the ground. Yeah. So now by breaking up the ground is going to show the works that you put in order to break that ground up, man. Hey, that's a TV show, an anime that I was watching. It's called Finland. And they was working so hard, man, to remove the trees. Oh, and that's another thing with land too, man, is that in order to even get the land going, you got to remove the fucking trees. And then the fucking logs alone, man, God, man, hey, it's tough just to get a chain and put that shit on the truck and get the truck to pull that shit out, man. Yep. The truck, you doing like this with the truck until that shit comes out, man. So just imagine, man, you just there all day. You gotta dig around this damn log all day until you start exposing the roots, man. And then after you expose the roots, you gotta think about it. These roots are that thick, man.
Hey.
They're that thick. And then now you gotta do what? You gotta start chopping at the damn roots. Now that you're chopping at the roots, shit, before you get to that, man, you ain't gonna get to them roots for another week or so, man.
Yo, bro, check us out, man. And
That's some work, bro. Some work.
to show that it's really important to take those steps prior to taking the tree out of the ground is because I saw this clip one time, man, and this truck,
so you want to talk about gender roles? Let these women go out there and do shit like that, man.
Hell no.
See, like in a heartbeat, if we had to, every man out here would have to do that shit. We would do it because we know we gotta survive.
Yeah.
So we will all come together as men, and we were like, look, man, we gotta chop this shit up, bud. Hey, brother, I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna chop my back. Go ahead, brother.
When you go into the Bible customs, when you read those books about the Bible customs, man, it was straight farmland. Farmland. That's why the scriptures speak about threshing out the corn, about beating the chaff. When you look into treading the wine, there was like a little stone square type deal where they would tread out the grapes in this section, and it would literally, they built the path in there that it would come into the vats, which was the part where you would actually gather. So the scriptures speak about the vineyard. You know what I'm saying? You had to leave grapes on the vineyard so that people would pass by. They were able to get the grapes off the tree or whatever.
I believe some of them thorns.
they had crops back then. They had like their own little like type of you know, welfare system, if you will, like, you know, for poor people. We just dip to the, let's go to the fields, man, and, you know, get a little bit of corn or get a grapes and then something to eat. They wouldn't take everything.
Right.
They'll leave some.
But I got one for me.
And that's why the script said, "Will the grape gatherers gather the grapes and leave some?" It's referring to Esau not leaving anything.
Yeah, they won't leave shit. They'll fucking rape, rob, and murder everything, right? But I got one real quick if I may. This Proverbs 20:4: the sluggard will not plow by reason of the cold, therefore shall he beg and harvest and have nothing.
Like, I ain't go hungry, man.
Right.
You gonna go hungry because you decided I'm not gonna do any work because it's too damn cold to do anything, man. So now you fucked up. So now when it really comes down to you eating something, you ain't got nothing to eat because you decided not to put in the work, man.
I got one real quick. This is 1 Timothy 5:18. For the scripture saith, thou shalt not muzzle the ox that treadeth out the corn. So that was a law. You weren't supposed to put something on the ox because he would dip down and eat the corn, right? He would carry a big old like a stone, like a stone, and in a circle, the corn would get the crane, the kernels, whatever, would come off the corn, and they would pick them up. But you weren't supposed to muzzle the ox so he couldn't eat. You're like, damn, he carried it. He working too.
Yeah, right.
Can't get no reward.
Right, he working this hard, and you can't give. It ain't like you got that shit behind you, and you going and you doing the thing.
You're hungry as hell and shit.
Right.
Like, damn, I'm putting all this work for not for shit.
That's been laid down on you.
Man, I hate you, master.
God. It says 1 Timothy 5:18, for the scripture saith, thou shalt not muzzle the ox that treadeth out the corn, and the labor.
So like that TV show I was talking about, Finland. Like if you stole somebody animal in there, like they cow or their oxen or something, man, they was after your head.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Because that oxen brought in a lot of money for them, man. A lot of money, and that was straight from the king. Because especially if you had enough land to grow crops and shit like that, you know, you got soldiers, messengers coming to you and saying, look, the king wants this amount of food, this amount of this, and he's willing to pay you this amount of that. And then somebody comes and steal your damn oxen, and now the work that you put in to make that money, you can't put it in anymore. So now you fucked, man. So it really goes to show you that back in the day was difficult.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is a microwavable society. Back then, like the brothers going into like when you watch them old westerns, man, and when you go into the stores, they used to trade.
Damn.
I'll give you some beaver skins for some beef jerky, or some oil for a lantern. That's riches right there, really, like land. You know what I'm saying? Cattle, crops, all that is riches, man. Like this ain't riches, man. These
Damn,
cars.
this world is twisted, man.
I'm gonna say this real quick. You hit one of these cars, it's done. You know what I'm saying?
Done.
It's done, man. You know, but you know, just to show you, back then it was about that farm life type lifestyle.
Yeah, without the ox, you couldn't work your land. You know, you'll starve, bro.
Yeah.
So that's why the Lord created those laws. Like, let's say you stole one, you had to restitute that twice. See, because that was a very critical part into a man's home. You know, his ox, his donkey. He had these certain animals that helped him run his territory. You see, back then we had land, and that's basically one of those oxes. It equates to like one of them John Deere tractors, in economical terms, so we could understand it. You know, that's how important it was.
So it was very. you had to really think twice before wanting to steal somebody's shit. Because just imagine you having to give up, you know, one of yours or two of yours to the person you stole from and shit. Now you fucked. Now you
in the hole now.
And then when you went out, you had to go and try to buy a little calf, man. Because you had to grow that calf up and then train it to do everything over again. That takes time. It takes a lot of work. It's stressful. Times and times you'll lose your patience. So you can only imagine how people feel when you stole their shit, man. Go ahead.
This is Proverbs 15:33. It says, the fear of the Lord Yahweh is the instruction of wisdom.
And then Jake, you know, Jake's so selfish. Is just Jake doing that shit now, man. Jake could hop in your damn car and crash that shit running from a cop. Think about how much work you had to put in to get that car, and then you use that car to do what? Get your ass to work. If you got to drive out 20 20 minutes just to fucking get there, 30 minutes to fucking get there. The last thing you want to do is take a bus, and then now the buses run about 5 o'clock in the morning. Some of these jobs will have you start off at 4 o'clock in the morning, 4:30 in the morning. So how the hell you gonna get to work on a bus that don't start until 5 o'clock in the morning? If one of these idiots come out here and steal your shit, and then now it ain't like Esau is about to make that demon work to pay you back a car or two, right? He's gonna go to jail while you gotta suffer and dealing with the insurance company, hoping that the insurance company would at least loan you out a car until they figure out a way to get your car to either start working again if it's not that badly crashed, or if it's total, at least trying to get you on the paperwork to get the car that that was similar to yours. It's too much shit.
And you know what sucks about that insurance thing? If you get hit, they like break you off a little bit of money.
Yeah.
Just to get into what? Another fucking deal.
Yep.
Just another car note. Really. You know what I'm saying? Instead of restoring a man a whole vehicle because you hit him, okay, cool. Hey, well, you know what? Your insurance has to pay for a whole new car for this cat. You know, give him a car. Nah, this society is
Hey,
so
bro.
backwards because. Go ahead, brother.
Just a quick testimony, man, bro. I went through that exact situation, man, because it was last January, bro. My car would have been paid off this October. One more payment, bro, and then no car note. But I had to get, but I was put into a brand new deal. So, so now I'm paying on a fucking car for 5 more years, bro.
I did that though. Like, when I got
It
hit,
sucks, man.
It took the dude was at fault because he was high. He hit me on the passenger side, and it took a whole year and some months to even get paid off for that.
Yep, months, bro. Same here. Same here, bro.
Yeah, they be trying not to pay you.
Yeah.
Hey, but don't pay them your premium. They cancel your shit.
Right.
Yeah, right. One missed payment. Shit.
Yeah.
I'm finna
Try not to pay. Don't pay your damn car note. You're gonna have a tow truck.
Yeah.
God.
Like you have to have the boarding and shit.
Like,
Hey, you jumping out your bed and shit. Boxers on, you running outside.
hey.
Hey, this is Proverbs 15 and 33.
No.
It says the fear of the Lord Yahweh is the instruction of wisdom, and before honor is humility. So before it is honor, or because Scripture said what? It's through the foolishness of preaching, we praise we please the Lord, right? So, but these are, Lord willing, we be those men. These are the next men of the governing body, man. Right? These are the men that's going to rule the earth and rule the world and rule the universe with the Lord's law, man. But right now you got people looking at us, right? We can't engage and stuff, right? People laughing, we the butt of the joke sometimes. Motherfuckers go on the comment board and talk shit and all that when you just trying to give them the truth.
Keyboard
But
warriors.
really they're just marking themselves for what's to come, man. But you looking at the potential elect, Lord willing, would be those men, man. Men that take your spirit out your body, put it back in, take it out again, because they ain't like the way you looking, then put it back in, and then kill you and then send your people to work, man. You heathen are going to have to pay tribute to Israel, man.
That's right.
It says what? When you go to Isaiah, the 2nd chapter, it says that, out of Zion shall go forth the law. It says that we'll be that governing mountain, man, above the hills.
Because we're gonna have a perfect currency, we're gonna have all that, bro. We're gonna establish a righteous way to just conduct business and everything. Just like when Joshua went to Egypt, what did he do? He basically confronted that weight because he had an unbalanced scale. You see, and that's what's coming back to the earth, a balance in a righteous scale. And what you were saying was Lot. Lot was vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked, and that goes into everything. We don't get a fair shake in this society. Everything is corrupted. You never get a good deal. The meat you buy, you don't even know if it's what you're actually buying. Everything is like that, bro.
Hey, real quick. Speaking on that, I remember I walked in a grocery store. I believe I told brothers, but I walked in a grocery store. The meat said 100% beef, man. So the spirit was telling me just check the ingredients. Don't even look at the top of that title. So I fucking flipped it over, checked the ingredients. Shit said pork, man.
Wow. Come on,
100%
man.
beef with pork in it. That's madness, man. So this is the hell we got to deal with. Being that we in the land of our captivity, is that our food is defiled, no matter what we do, man. And one thing you got to understand is that this meat that we buy and that we eat that shit is grinded up, man.
Yep.
It's grinded in machines, and they're not gonna buy.
Clean machines. And
They're
shit.
not gonna buy separate machines to cut up different animals, man. Right? Oh, they got a machine for chicken, they got a machine for cow, they got a machine for this.
Nope.
Hell no, they're using one machine to cut all this shit up. So you got meats mixed together, and then they slapping that shit together and saying this is 100%, this is ham, this is pork, this is 100%. And the crazy thing is to name pig different names, and then you got people confused on whether or not it's pork.
Hey, bro, people didn't know that that pepperoni was pork.
Yeah, that's what you gotta walk with wisdom though too, you know, because you could avoid all that and just get yourself a little grinder and shit and grind your own shit. You know, because it is true they fucking throw anything and anything on those.
And that was a documentary that I think it was Elder Manatazabar like years back. He sent, and like the shit that they do to these animals in these farms, man, you'd be shocked, man. You know, and that's why a lot of these people, you know, that are now, you know, used to be meat eaters or vegans because they watch documentaries like that in the ruthless, cruel shit that they do to these animals, the brutality, man, of it. It like, damn, man, should I even be eating meat at all?
Hey, bro, real quick, man. That's why the scripture says that it says that Slakia, bro. It says the whole creation groaneth together until now, bro. So the whole creation, man. So it's not only us who's suffering, bro, but it's the trees who are mourning too. You know, bro, all the animals, man, suffering, bro.
And
Yep.
when you go into Job, the 20th chapter, right? It talks about the earth fighting these devils back.
Right.
It says the earth shall fight back, man.
Storms and shit.
Storms and shit.
I got one. This is Proverbs 12:10. A righteous man regardeth the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel.
Hey, think about this, man. Like, you got these devils. You got these gooks. They go around and they'll like snatch up a dog or some shit, snatch up a cat, and then they'll take it to the restaurant. They'll fillet that motherfucker and sell it to you and call it chicken or call it orange chicken.
They boil it. Alive right before they kill it because it makes it easier for them to take
skin
the
back,
skin and
It's
shit.
fucking.
And if I may say, there's been a lot of videos on social media lately showing these heathen for what they are, heathens, man. They eating live you know, like salamanders and
Octopuses
small
and
crabs,
frogs.
octopuses, fish. You know what I'm saying, man? And I think they do it for shock value. You know what I'm saying? Like the more bogus the animal, the more views, the more they get paid. I mean,
Anything
these
for
cats
clout, bro.
They got all social media platforms. They're asking you to follow, like, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the more like, and see, that's how you know that we have a different spirit upon us, because it don't ever dawn upon us, right? To go eat some you know, some brains of a pig or you know what I'm saying? It's like the snout. You know what I mean? They just like eating raw. They eat raw meat, livers, and man, all manner of I saw ostrich, and not, like I'm saying, there's like levels, man, because you know some of these cats got like a real funky countenance on them, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some of these, and a lot of them are Moabites, man. A lot of Moab, a lot of Ammon, and then a lot of you know, dudes from like Thailand, you know, dudes from out there, Thailand and stuff like that, Philippines, like. Their diet is wild, man. Like, and I feel like through the spirit, that's like the Lord like showing them. Like, if y'all didn't know that these people are different, come check this shit out, because there's like tons of videos everywhere.
It's real. I met this I don't know if he was Filipino, but he called himself a gook, man. It was funny. I saw his email. It was like gook something, right? And he was like, yeah, man. You know, one of our traditions, like a good dish that we do is we put a monkey alive in the middle of a table, with a hole in the middle of the table, and all you can see is his head, like the crown of his head, and they hit the top of his head while he alive and bust the head open, and you hear the monkey and shit underneath the table, and they'll pick the brain and eat the brain.
Come on,
I'm like,
man.
y'all do that shit?
Edom does that shit too.
That's some wild ass shit, man. It's like Jake can't even see dead. Like I see a dead cat and get a tingle. Like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, bro, I hate that shit, man. I hate that shit.
If you go in the law, bro, when a dead car kick, it says it makes you unclean if you touch that shit. You know? So,
yeah, some wild shit, man. You know, but they do that shit, and then eventually the monkey stopped kicking and scratching and shit like that. But I'm like, damn, y'all do that? He said, yeah, we dip it in this sauce and all kind of stuff. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all, man? But they'll eat your ass, man, if you get caught up in them jungles, man. They'll come from a tree like a monkey and swipe your ass up, and you'll be under the table, man. Real, after they get hungry, man. Real talk.
Right? Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 50 and 19. It says, and I will bring Salaki, it says, and I will bring Israel again to his habitation, and he shall feed on Carmel and Bashan.
51.
51 and 19?
Yeah.
God, this is Jeremiah 51 and 19. It says, the portion of Jacob is not like them.
Hey, so we're not like them, man. Like you're not gonna catch Jake with a monkey in the middle of the table and start feasting on the brains. You're not gonna You're not gonna catch Jake doing that, man. You're not gonna catch Jake eat squid live on YouTube. It's not gonna happen, man. We're not like these heathens. And what the Lord said, He said, "Go not into the way of the heathens," because this is the type of shit that the heathens are gonna do. They're gonna eat monkey brains, right? They're gonna eat these animals that you're not supposed to consume. They're gonna do these things, man. They're gonna eat bats and shit.
In India, they bathe in the ocean, bro. Where they throw they dead in that ocean, bro. And then they go and they bathe in that shit.
Yeah, they got a rat temple.
Yeah.
And they walk around barefoot. You know what Jake can do if he seen a rat, man? Jake can damn near faint, man.
And you wouldn't want to go in your house.
Yeah, oh shit, a rat. Get out of here.
Oh shit! Oh
Yeah,
man.
rent a hotel.
Hey, my grandmother, man. My grandmother got a cane and shit, man. She saw a rat, dropped the cane and took it. You know, Jake don't play that shit. Jake got a cane.
Hey,
And ran
real
a
talk.
4-4, huh?
You call an exterminator when you come back in the house till that shit was till you saw that shit, God, like.
Yeah, hell no, man.
Shit, bro, you see a snake in your house, you're like, oh shit.
With them gooks, they eat live food though.
Man.
Like the food be alive on their plate, man. They'll eat the ink out of squid, man, while
Or
you're
like
alive.
crabs and lobsters, man. Why is it moving around? They'll break the shell. Why is it alive? And then they'll start eating the damn crab or lobsters, man. They'll do that with like the squid and all that. The things that be flapping around, and they'll just cut the leg off while the ink is coming out, ink all over their face while they just chewing on a damn squid leg, man.
That's why you don't lay down with some of these bitches, man. Because they do shit like that. You know, man, it's wild, man, what they'll do. You get a fucking Moabite woman, you come home to some shit.
Man.
I'm telling you, and if you're like, why it smell like that in here?
Shit, bro, it's gonna be hard to keep her in check.
Yeah, just eating bat wings and shit like that.
All right.
Hey, look, babe, I caught you Batman.
Fried frog legs.
Yeah, bro,
Oh yeah,
I seen so many frogs being eaten. I
Yeah.
feel like I know what it tastes like, bro. Like, shit is gross, bro. Like,
Hey, bro, I got this one real quick, man.
I saw that shit.
Hey, it's from the book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse,
That was nasty, man. I was like,
yeah, bro, it's bad, man.
This one dude did that to his wife, man. He was like, "Here, man, taste this chicken," and she ate it, and he was like, "Don't you know it was really frog legs?" Did you watch that shit?
Yeah, I saw it.
Go ahead.
This is from the book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and 15, man. This is why the scriptures say this, man. Okay, there's a reason, you know. It's from the book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 15, and it says, for the day of Yahweh is near upon all the heathen. Okay, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. So in the kingdom, man, hey shit, bro, we can tell these animals to go and mess you up, man. Go and tear you apart, man. Because I bet these animals, bro, I bet they want payback, man. But they can't right now because of guns and shit like that, you know. So you kind of just can't. But shit, bro, these animals, bro, they're gonna get their time too, man.
Look at these monkeys, man. Look at these monkeys that be looking out the window, the glass and shit, man. And
Hey,
they be looking like they about to just. They better be on some other evolved type shit.
Hey, bro, these tigers too, they jump at the window.
Yeah.
Hey, it was a monkey, man, staring at the glass, and the meme was like, hey, if this motherfucker break loose, that's the end of society. Cause he was sitting there laughing but smiling. He looked crazy, like
he
the
looked
minty.
crazy.
Oh,
He was
damn.
scratching his head. I'm like, man, but they don't want to be caged up and shit, man.
Hell no.
He looked like he wanted to fuck some shit up, man.
I sure it's like prison for them. Man.
Hey, well, check this out. I mean, they show videos too of a lot of animals when they haven't seen their owners, and they'll like reunite with their owners. They get all happy.
Yeah.
So if animals can like sit and go outside and stop and jump and do these things, man, they have some type of cognizant
Intellect.
of something.
Yeah.
They don't have reasoning like men, of course. But I mean, shit, they know when you're staring at them. They know when you're throwing shit at them. They get tired in the zoo, like, man, fuck this. I'm out of this place. Like,
Hey, Tyson used to sleep in the bed with his. I don't know, man, no shit like that. But Tyson used to sleep in the bed with both his tigers, man. Big ass tigers, man.
Hey,
That's
remember,
wild ass shit.
That's
remember
wild.
when that monkey man he took some shit and threw it
Yeah,
at
threw it at
the
the-
yeah.
hey, he know what he's doing too.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, bro, hey, bro, they stay doing that too, huh?
Yeah.
Funny.
And he knew exactly who he was aiming at shit.
Yeah, right.
He knew exactly who he was aiming at shit. They don't play the games. Go ahead on.
Hey, Don, this is Leviticus 11:1. It says, "And the Lord spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying."
Right, because the laws was given unto the children of Israel.
Right.
The Lord told Moses to speak unto them. He didn't say anything about the Moabites, the Ammonites, the Ishmaelites, the Edomites, the Hamites. He didn't say anything about them. So these heathens, they don't know what righteousness is. They believe that how they doing things and what they doing is righteous. That's why they have a put together by way of their own gods, man. And then they do what? They try to copycat what we have and create their own way of life. And look at their way of life. Their way of life got them eating monkey brains, man.
Yeah.
Their way of life got them doing all type of weird shit, man. But our way of life is the true way of life. That's why Solomon was looked at to be a wise king even among other nations, man. Go ahead.
God, it says, "Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among
Hey,
all."
you'll notice that a lot of women of other nations are going to Jake, man. You'll notice that a lot of women of other nations are trying to find themselves a Jake, man. Trying to find themselves an Israelite, man. Because they know that there's something different with the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American than it is with these heathens, man.
Yeah.
They know something ain't right with them, right? And well, it's easy to tell when you got a motherfucker on YouTube eating some strange shit.
Yeah.
Obviously, he ain't right. Go ahead.
Yeah. These women from these other nations, they go to the other nations for financial support, and they come to Jake for everything else.
Yup.
This is
Like to get dick down.
yeah, all that. This is verse 2. It says, "These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth."
Right, so the Lord said, look, man, I'm going to clarify animals that you can and cannot eat. And there's reasons behind that. Like, if you just did a little bit of research on, like, these animals that these heathens are out here eating, it affects your body in a messed up way, man.
Oh, yeah.
Especially, like, pig, man. Pig is like eating a damn, something that can make your ass have heart attacks, cardiac arrest, fucking, what they call that shit? Tapeworm? What is it? Tapeworm?
Trichinium worm?
Yeah.
Gives you cholesterol and shit.
It fucks you up, man. These people eat shrimp. You might as well go into a sword somewhere, pick up one of them big ass roaches and eat it, man, because that's what you eat when you eat a shrimp.
Right.
They say with the pork, like regardless how you cook it, regardless of what you do to it, you're getting some fucking type of parasites off that meat, regardless of what you do to it. You know? That's just what it is.
A brother did a video one time, man, when some dude ate a piece of pork, and the body starts to act very strange to it. It's a foreign object to the body. It starts to fight against it because the meat is very unsanitary, just like the pig, you know.
Start feeling all heavy and shit. You know.
Hey,
It's
man.
disgusting.
I remember when I first came into the truth, man. When I first started hearing the word, man, I heard about the pork, and like a month later, I ate some pork, man, a long time ago, man, and my breast smelled for like 5 days. I went in on some talk, but I was like,
Fucked up.
That story.
I was like, I still smell this shit. I bought 4 tacos, bro.
There's a
Real
lot
talk.
of videos online where people will pour different things like coke and shit on pork,
yeah.
on the meat, and then the parasites and the maggots and the shit, they just start to come out of the meat, And prior to that, it just looked like a regular fucking piece of meat that you can just throw on the grill and heat it up. But then you start pouring different shit on it, you'll start to see the maggots, the parasites, and all of that rise up out of the meat, man. You know, and people will see that shit online and they'll still go and buy a pack.
Oh yeah.
You know, and fire it up.
And you know, pork is cheap.
Yeah.
Pork is cheaper than chicken and beef.
Yep.
Because these devils know they want you to go off.
Yeah, my dad, he was like, man, every time I eat that shit, I get a headache. Bro, stop eating.
Right.
Oh, that was like that's like my brother and shit. My brother the same way. Like if he eats that shit, like porky shit, he catch a headache.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, it's like when you eat at these Hey, bro, it's like if you eat at these fast food places, bro, you feel like shit after.
Right, because the tapeworm, when you eat pork, the tapeworm, it travels to your brain and shit. And it'll stay in there. It'll stay in there for years, man. And you won't even notice it. That was a woman, an old Judite woman, and she was like, yeah, you know, I've been cooking pork for all my life, this, that, and the third. And, well, the doctor told her the reason why you got headaches is because you got tapeworms in your brain. And she asked him, how did I get them? And he was like, it's from eating pork. I know how to cook pork. I've been cooking pork all my life. There ain't no way in hell that it was a pork that did this. He was like, nah, it was the pork. He was like, cause the parasites and worms and shit live in pork meat. So like your brother Gabar said, no matter how much you cook it, no matter how much you think you can cook it, and that shit still will get in you, man.
You just gotta watch how a pig lives in nature, bro. That fucker eats anything. If you die, if you go to sleep around that fucker, he'll eat your ass, bro. You'll wake up his ass eating you.
Yeah,
Well, they eat their own dead.
Yeah.
They'll eat other dead pigs.
Cannibalize.
Well, the pig is, if you have a farm, the pig is the garbage disposal of the farm.
Right.
When you want something cleaned up, shit, anything, paper, whatever you want, they'll go out and eat that shit, man.
Ugh,
Call it
God.
the slob. They'll eat the slob shit.
Slob, yeah. It look like a so-called white man. You ever really look at a pig?
Yeah, it does. It really does.
The same color?
It really does and shit. Like,
Damn.
I remember I was watching a movie one time, man, and they was on a boat with some pigs and shit. And I was like, man, they don't look far from each other. I was like, these motherfuckers don't look far from each other. Hey, cause he pink, they pink, they. Right. It makes sense. That's why you the pig of the damn earth. Man. Hey, look, they eat anything. He takes everything.
Hey, that's
He's
a
an
video
abomination.
title right there.
Hey, well, it says in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, man, it says he enlarges his desire as hell. So there you go.
That's the damn pig, man. Go ahead.
Hey, Con, Leviticus 11:3. It says, whatsoever part of the hoof and is cloven footed and chew the cud among the beasts,
Because the cud, being the grass helps digest the food that's within the belly, right? It also helps the pores and shit like that. But pigs don't have that, nor do they chew the cud. That's why the toxins and everything that they eat stays in their body, man. Like if you just did, it only takes a few minutes for you to just read through an article on the pig, and that shit should make you not want to eat that shit again, man. Because like the brother said, the pig is like waste management, man. It manages the waste that's in the earth, man. And you're literally eating waste of the earth when you eat the fucking pig, man.
Yeah, I remember I used to live by this processing plant where they used to process them Farmer John pigs and shit. Man, that smell, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Stink.
that's just a horrific smell, bro. And
Chitlins.
they had the chicken ones. I mean, it's not like that putrefying smell that these fucking pigs smell like, man. So,
It's just something you don't. It's a reason why the Lord told Israel not to mess with that shit, bro. And that's why you got a lot of Israelites, like especially the black woman, man. Like the black woman is out of shape, and a lot of times if you know her diet, you'll know one of the things that black women eat is pig, man. That pork. They will stuff themselves with that pork, man. That's why these bitches be over 300-400 pounds, man. Just eating pork all the damn time, and then fucking one day not wake up because you got clogged arteries and you just unhealthy. Your heart just not beating right. The blood flow. Your brain. They find all type of shit in your head. And then you can still give them the warning about what's causing these things, and they will still ignore it, man. Because that's our people. They hard of heart, man. Go ahead.
It says, again, verse 3, it says, whatsoever parteth the hoof and is cloven-footed and cheweth the cud among the beasts.
Right, you got like cows chew the cud, lamb. You got all these different animals. There's literally just different animals, alternatives you can eat.
Right.
Right, that's healthy for you instead of you going and eating pig all the damn time.
Right.
That's crazy as hell. Like you will have pork right here, and like if you go to a food city, right, at the back meats, you'll have pork right here. You'll have turkey and beef right there.
Yeah. And
these motherfuckers will reach for the fucking pork instead of the turkey and beef.
Yeah, they got chicken sausage, man. You could eat, bro.
And it's
No
fire,
excuse. There's no excuse.
Hey, bro, it is good too. It
They
is
got
good,
turkey
man.
bacon.
Bro,
They got all that shit.
you ever had that spicy chicken sausage?
Hell yeah, fire.
Fire, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, especially in a burrito with like some potatoes and eggs and stuff and cheese.
Fire.
Bro, there's beef and turkey options for them and everything now.
Yep.
So,
It's even vegan options and shit.
vegan options, man. Like whatever, direction you want to take it, man. There's options out there, so there's no excuse.
Any vegan options?
Man, even if you didn't want to eat meat, you can eat like tofu and shit like that.
Yeah.
That shit's actually good on the salad, man. That tofu.
I don't know about tofu, but you know.
I mean, tofu got a lot of soy in it. So and soy is linked to killing testosterone.
It says, among the beasts that shall ye eat. Verse 4, it says, nevertheless, shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof, as the camel, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. And the coney, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you.
And the crazy thing, some of the insects that people say, ugh, and I don't want to eat, you can actually eat, man.
Yeah.
Locusts, grasshoppers, you can eat. And then the crazy thing is that a lot of that shit have a lot of protein in it.
Yeah.
But you need protein.
Hey, with John the Baptist, man, when he came on the scene, he had a camel hair garment, and he was eating locusts with honey, bro. They thought he was crazy.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Just chewing on that locust.
Yeah. Dipping that locust in that
That
honey.
shit sound like chicken when you crunch on it.
Yeah. Bro, you ever stepped on one? That shit.
That shit, yeah.
Yeah, you be like,
That shit crunchy as hell, man.
Right.
I feel like I just stepped on a bunch of bones.
I bet you, like back in the day, like they knew how to like.
Yeah,
Still saute
make it
it,
right. How to
Hey,
make it
hook
right.
it up,
Can't be
man.
doing it. They be throwing
Yeah.
the spice on there.
Yeah,
You know what it is.
They put tahini on it, don't they?
Yeah, in Central Mexico, they eat a lot of locusts. They go out there.
Locust pieces.
They probably cook it to the point to where you don't even know it is locust, man.
They say it tastes like them sunflower seeds and shit.
Damn.
That type of
damn.
flavor.
Sunflower seeds taste good too.
Hey, God. Back in verse Leviticus 11
Throw
and
some salt
5,
on that one.
it says,
Hey, shit, you can make a soup out of it, man. Like if you got like.
Some tacos, you know.
Hey,
sauce
look,
on that shit.
but look, check it out real
That
quick.
wing over there.
If you got, for an example, like if you look at a locust, you don't want to eat it, then you can have the elder or whoever the hell they'll make it. You won't even know it's locust in that motherfucker, man. You be eating it, if it tastes good, you won't even know the locust is in there.
yeah, man.
In the day of trouble, you might need to eat. You might need to eat some locusts, but at least you know what you can and cannot eat. You be like, yo, let me get this locust real quick.
Right. Yeah.
And you gonna see that grasshopper hopping around, your ass gonna get to the top of the start.
You be all up the ground and shit. You can be all up on the ground, just like just bouncing on it and shit.
All of a sudden, brothers gonna be grasshoppers themselves.
God, this is
Go ahead.
verse 6.
Jiminy Cricket.
It says, and the hair, because he cheweth the cud, but divided not the hoof, he is unclean
that-
unto you.
My bad. That just goes into the Western
Yeah.
destruction of mind that we gone through, man. Where animals that are actually lawful for us to eat, we're not eating them because we're so departed from our heritage. Because that's our heritage, going into all those different animals that we could potentially eat, which now we don't have that knowledge anymore.
I've heard people say that lamb. I've heard a lot of people say,
Show some in there.
oh, you ever tried like snake and you ever tried alligator? I'm like, nah. You ever tried lamb? That shit is good. And they're like,
Lamb is good.
Nah, lamb's nasty. Ugh, why would you eat
What?
lamb? And but they'll eat some lobster and some snake and shit. I'm like, nah, hell.
Well, lobster, they used to give lobsters to prisoners, man. And then because they know what the fuck it is, you don't eat shrimp, lobster. Those are all bottom feeders.
Yeah.
But shrimp and oysters and shit like that. Without oysters and shrimp, you know how dirty the ocean would be, man. They had a tank. They did a survey, and it was a tank full of oysters, the mussels and shit, and a tank with dirt in it that didn't have oysters and mussels in it. But both of the tanks had dirt in it, and they came back like a couple days later, and the tank of oysters and all that shit was clear.
Yeah.
And then the other one, it was just still dirt, which shows you that the filter, if you got a fish tank at the house and you eating shrimp, you might as well go to your fish tank and take the filter out and fry that bitch and eat it.
Yeah.
That's
Hey, bro, same thing with catfish too. Those little
the whiskers.
yeah, little sucker fish things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You know, think about it, bro. Animals die in the ocean. Like you don't think that the Lord created an element to sweep the floor and keep the ocean balanced. You know, the Lord created everything in perfection. That's right. You know?
Sharks.
Sharks.
You need sharks. They don't do shit but kill shit. But they keep the balance in the ocean.
Even the metals that's in the ocean keeps the water healthy, man. Keeps the water, absorbing oxygen and shit.
Like the silver.
Yeah, and
You can
then
put silver in some water and it'll stay fresh.
they turn around and do what? They turn around and grab all that shit right out of the water.
Man. Well, that's why the scriptures say. I was just about to say that, man. Destroy him who destroyed the
That's
earth.
why the Lord's gonna rule them with a rod of iron, bro. Because we're gonna have to kick some ass of these nations because they're gonna want to continue eating all that shit, bro.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to put an end to it. That's where it gets fun, because now we're gonna be on that hunting spirit, putting an end to all appearance of evil. Because the earth is gonna go to a state where everything's gonna be perfect, everything's gonna be in proper order. Ain't gonna be no confusion.
Because the scriptures say now that all the foundations of the earth are out of course. Everything is out of order, man.
Turning of things upside down.
Yep.
I'm gonna read verse 7. It says, "And the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud."
And then we will have this in Leviticus the 11th chapter, but then turn around and Christians will still tell you to eat the pig,
Bro.
and then try to justify it by way of scriptures and say, see, we can eat whatever we want to eat. You're madness. That's madness, man. You know what? You eat whatever you want to eat.
Right.
You're my guest, man. But we gonna stand over here and we gonna go ahead and stay away from that show.
See where that gets you.
Go
This
ahead.
is, it says,
Hey, so when you end up in a hospital because they gotta put that damn metal little rod up your chest to unclog your arteries and shit, and we gonna be back here laughing at your ass, telling you this is the reason why this is in the Bible.
Right. Fully understand, you'll never be the same after that.
Nope.
After you go through one of them operations, you ain't never gonna be the same you, bro. You know what I'm saying? But finishing off the precepts, it says, "Yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you." It says, "Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you."
They're unclean to you, man. So the Lord told us not to mess with them things. Why would he later on all of a sudden tell us to start eating that shit, man? That don't even make sense. And then to do the research on these different animals and what eating them can cause your body to do, why would you want to mess with that, man? That makes no sense, man. And then Jake's so damn hard-headed, you could sit up here and explain in detail why Jake shouldn't eat that shit, and then Jake that same night will go and get some fast food restaurant shit with nothing but pork in his damn plate, man.
Right. Right. So and and Jake can't say that they ignorant of that fact. And damn near every Jake that heard that scripture before, man.
Yeah.
Well, I know. I read that to some of my family that was out here last year because they were asking me about it. It was like, where is it at in the Bible? And I showed it to them, but they haven't got off of that pork shit, bro. They still on it, and
Hey, because Salakia,
go
one
ahead.
thing that Jake would do, right? They will go to you and say, "Show me the scripture," and then go to the pastor and ask the pastor to debunk it. Man.
Yeah.
And then the pastor will go to, let me go to Mark 4th chapter. Let me go here and let me go to Peter, and I'll show you what Peter did when he told him about all the different animals. Let me go to Genesis, the 9th chapter where he told the 6th chapter where he told he could eat all the animals, and that's what they would do, man.
Yeah.
They will find scriptures to justify themselves, man.
Absolutely.
That's why the scriptures talk about those that justify the deeds of the wicked, man.
bro. Hey, bro, spot on, because that was my experience, bro. And here's the thing. Elder Apostle DeHart did a video the other day where he showed how Jake was looking back in the 50s, you know, the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, on the beach, and everybody was slim, everybody was trim. You know, it was rare for you to find someone out there that was, you know, severely overweight. You know what I'm saying? But now you look at Jake and you know, they got that, you know, flab, you know, especially Jake women, they got that flab hanging from their arm. Their legs looking real crazy and shit, like cellulite everywhere. And they don't want to take heed to the dietary laws. They don't want to take heed to what the Lord is saying about things that are good for you to eat and things that are bad. And now we look at ourselves, man. Look at ourselves 50 years later. You know what I'm saying? We all obese, we all fat. You know what I'm saying? Looking bad, making excuses for not getting up. See, that's another thing Jake don't do. They make excuses for not getting up and moving their fucking bodies and getting some exercise. Jake has become completely lazy on top of the fact that they eating an unclean diet. You see what I'm saying? And that just lead to a perpetual, disease, you know, running within our family. So it's normal now. It's almost like it's expected for my mom to get to a certain age, then all these diseases and shit start hitting her. She get on all these medications. She start having these consistent trips back and forth to the hospital until she died. And then your kids, they follow after that same pattern. But it's because we gotta step back into the knowledge of the scriptures of doing what leads and pertains unto life. Yep. All the shit that we doing right now is leading unto death, because hey, that's the law. That was the dietary law. If you go and eat that pig, then that means you're living in sin. And if you go to the book of Romans 6:23, it tells you that the wages of sin is death. That's why all of us is just dying left and right, earlier and earlier in age. You know, hey, 40, 50, 60 years old, Jake is dying from you know, morbid obesity and high cholesterol and diabetes and cancers and all this shit. What do you think is coming from? It starts with what you put into your fucking body.
Hey, with these women that be in the gym and shit, like these fat women, man. Like I was explaining to my woman the other day, what they do, bro, they go to the doctor to try to get surgery, and the doctor be like, hey, like that BBL shit, the doctor be like, hey, you know, you gotta lose about, like the big women, you gotta lose about 40 or 50 pounds before we can operate the surgery. And that's why you see all these bitches in the gym. Mm-hmm. But their motivation is just to go get the body that they always wanted when they was fat, so they can look good enough to shit on, to do shit to niggas that they never had an opportunity to do because no niggas wanted them. Right. That's what it is, man. Because I was talking to her about it because her boss is super big, man. You know, and she wondering why she can't find a man. And I'm saying, bitch, you know why you can't find a man. Right. You know why you have a 2-week relationship. Instead of focus on getting a man, get your ass in that shit, because she got a hell of money. She own a business, got a lot of money and shit. Right. You got the money, you got the house, but you don't have the body. Yeah. Instead of doing that shit, and she Issachar, you know how Issachar women eat sometimes, man. Yeah. Instead of doing that and complaining about it, bitch, instead of looking for a man, get in the gym and become desirable, and then go out there and get the man you want, man.
Right. That's why the scriptures tell you that working out profiteth for little. Working out profiteth for little. Like, the interest of man isn't to get with a big woman. Right. That's not the interest of a man. When a man look at a woman, he's looking at this petite woman he have met. She looks good. I want to go after that. Jake isn't looking for a woman that's too big. Jake want a woman he can pick up. Right. Why the hell would you want this big, flabby stomach ass demon in your damn house?
Hey, what did Kevin Samuel say? He's like, what he say? He's like, I don't deal with you big bros. And he hung up on this one chick. I don't be dealing with you big bros. You sassy bro.
Yeah, sassy baby. They bitch be 5'6" and 230. That's the bitch. That's wild.
Deal breaker. That's
you built like a nose tackle, man. You know, but
real quick, crazy thing is, right? You'll get with a woman, right? And when you get with a woman, she starts to let herself go, right? And then when you turn around and you want her to go work out and lose that weight, she get offended of it. Like for an example, just a little personal shit. Exactly. Like I told my demon when I got with her, I said, you better never get fat, because I didn't get with you when you was fat. I don't want you to get fat now. I said, so you better lose that damn weight, because I'll leave your motherfucker.
Hey, my woman, man. My woman, my demon came to me. my
him
demon
know,
came
man.
to
Let
me
him know
like
before
160 pounds, man. And it took me a year just by following the laws to get her down to 130 pounds, man.
How about that?
Right? And now she got the shape. I stopped her because before she met me, she wanted to go get surgery and all this shit. I'm like, you don't need to. You got the body. You just got to eat right, motherfucker.
Right, you right.
So she got with me, and she got down to 130 pounds, got abs showing, all kind of shit. And I'm like, when the last time you weighed 130 pounds? She was like, when I was a freshman in high school. And she's 20. She's 29.
Right.
Right? That goes to shit. Now her friends looking like her aunt was like, you losing too much weight. Like your jawline is too defined, but her
Bro.
aunt is big.
That's what they do.
That's their hate. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, that
Like,
jealousy.
nah,
Misery love company.
Yeah,
jealousy.
like nah. So, but her boss is asking her like, "Damn, what are you doing with the
bullshit.
move?" Because her boss is hella big, and I'm like, "Well, shit, her boss need a asshole like me to tell her, bitch, you fat. You know what it is.
Yeah.
Like you the type of bitch that
Right.
run past the mirror. You know what I'm saying? Like, you big man. Get your ass in that gym instead of looking for a man, man. Yeah. Look like a wisdom tooth with legs on it. Built like a Tasmanian devil.
Yeah, like Groove from
I got one.
Despicable Me.
This is Sirach 30 and 25. It says, "A cheerful and a good heart will have a care of his meat and diet." It says, "A cheerful and a good heart will have a care for his meat and diet." So, hey, that's another thing too, man. You notice when you start working out, you start feeling better about yourself, man. You start feeling good. You start wanting to see more results, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, hey, that's something to take heed to, man. Because hey, being here in America, man, it's so easy to just stop at the what do you call it, the taco truck and get you some street tacos real quick. We gotta have discipline, man. You know?
And it also builds energy, man. So
Yeah.
you're not always tired and shit. If you get energy out of it, man. If you always tired, it's because your ass need to go work out. You need to start building some stamina, some cardio and shit like that. You know these big black women, man. They always sleeping, man. They always sleeping, man. You big black motherfucker.
Man, I got an auntie so big, man. Listen, man. I got an auntie that been big, bro. I got an auntie that had surgery and still big. This bitch so big, she takes the toilet thing off the toilet to sit on the toilet. I'm like, bitch, damn.
Wow.
Like, damn. God. Bitch, we need to put a fire hydrant in the house to spray your big ass down. But it's really, hey, it's really unsanitary and it's really dirty, man. Because if you look at some of these women, right? Hey, these women they got an open womb down there, man. So they be leaking, they gotta get clean, man. And then you meet bitches with the dark shit on their neck, like, bro, that shit is a shame, man.
that damn dark,
Hey, man.
that dark shit.
But we live in America where it's convenient to go to a drive-through window.
Yeah.
It's convenient to eat bad. You go on TikTok, they're gonna show you all the sweets and the goodies and shit. you
But
know?
then they amp up women to stay that way. And the crazy thing is that the same women that amp up women to be big, be proud to be big, are the same women that's losing weight, man. Because they know that there's a certain way you gotta look to get a certain man. There's a certain way you gotta look to show yourself, like especially if you're a movie star, you want to show yourself in a different light when you playing in the movies and shit like that. So these big girls that sit up here and say, oh, be proud to be big, girl, and you should do your thing, and this and that, are the same ones that's losing weight. Then you got these girls out here thinking it's okay for them to get big, and then you turn around and you get mad at your man because your man wants you to lose weight. I remember I was on one of the Tyler Perry shows, man, where the dude left his woman because she was big, and then when he left her ass, she decided this when she wanted to go work out. Why you didn't work out when he told you to go work out?
Right.
Why work out now so you can make him feel a type of way after leaving you for not working out? But you had no problem working out when he left you afterwards.
Right.
If the dude met you while you was petite and you looked nice, that's why he found himself attracted to you.
Right.
So if you're not looking like that no more, now you're just walking around the house looking like a damn Oompa Loompa. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna be attracted to you, man.
Right.
He's gonna lose that attraction, which means you're gonna, less privacy. He's gonna, keep a little bit of distance. He ain't gonna want to talk to you because that attraction that he used to have for you back in the day, he don't have it no more because you let yourself go. You got too damn comfortable that's a problem with women, and when they get a husband, is that they get too damn comfortable and you get too damn big. Nobody wants a big girl, man.
Right.
Men want a girl that they can pick up, man.
Yeah. Hey, and vice versa. A lot of men get comfortable.
Yeah.
Right? They be having these things called dad bods, and the woman will force that on the woman that thinks she'll buy you shit just so you can stay at home, so you can get big, so therefore she ain't gotta compete.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for that shit, man.
Yeah.
You gotta keep a close eye on that shit. Your woman will do shit to sabotage your body so nobody else be attracted to you, man.
Damn.
She will feed you and give you all type of shit. She know that's gonna big you up and try to make you unattractive, man.
Hey, you know what? And if I may say, you know what? Another thing too about relationships, man, with women and stuff is that, the apostle always said, man, you keep yourself, an enigma. You know what I mean? Always put yourself first. Don't forget about yourself. Because women too, man. Women like, you know what I'm saying? Like they a lot of women won't tell you when they start looking at you a certain type of way because you don't do the same things. Like you ain't spontaneous. You don't do this. You don't do that. You don't even look the same. That little dude just came up to me. He was telling me about some situation where a woman, he had, the woman bounced or whatever. But the long story short of it, and I learned from that too because it's funny because that week brothers was talking about they had a bunch of women problems. Remember we were saying like they set up the bid signal, which was an eyebrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, not the bat signal, but it was the bid signal. Cause like that week, everybody was like having women problems and shit. And who knows, man? They could be enchantments. Who knows? But the bottom line is that we always, we gotta be, enigmas, man. We gotta remember that we're men. Stay active. Stay up on our shit. You know what I'm saying? Stay, because ultimately we gotta, we the backbones. You know what I'm saying? Everything starts with the man, so the man got to be in order. Therefore, his wife would be in order, man. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's very important that men stay on their game too, man. Because that's what women be saying, like, "Oh, you lost it. He used to be this, and he used to be that." Be like, man, shit. It ain't nothing to come back though. The man should always be able to like bring it back up,
Even a certain way, during a private time, you used to be, you're not doing that no more. And women really take that shit serious. Like, they really expect you to still be doing that type of shit you used to do back in the day.
The acrobatics.
Right, the backflips. Them backflips and shit.
Yeah.
This is Sirach 33 and 19. It says, "Give not thy son and wife, thy brother and friend power over thee while thou livest, and give not thy goods to another, lest it repent thee, and thou entreat for the same again." Because that's what they'll try to do. That's the whole agenda, man. And cold thing is, like the brothers are saying, if you give your ways unto the woman, man, and you listen, because she'll tell you stay home. She'll tell you it's all right, eat that cookie, or do that, or do this. All right, it's okay, don't work today. She'll leave your ass for a dude who doing all that.
Yeah.
The same shit she told you not to do, she'll go, and then she'll say, well, I just got bored. I wasn't feeling, you wasn't giving me enough attention. This and that, whoop the whoop. Like, baby, I thought you told me to stop going to the gym. I thought you liked my best. She don't like that shit, man.
I thought you wanted me not to go to work.
Come on, man. Yeah. So that's what it is, man. But she'll go find the man you was, with the man that you was that she was attracted to. Stay that man, regardless of who she say, regardless of what she do, regardless of what the fuck it is. Stay the guy, because the moment you get lax, the moment you get comfortable, Tyrone right around the corner, man. This nigga coming with a wife beater on.
Right, hey, because you gotta mentally speaking, you gotta make it to where she believes that you could get another girl, just like that.
Yeah.
So women are always at competition with each other, even when they don't know each other. They're at competition. Yeah, you at work and you talking to that bitch over there. That's what they do, man. Hey, cause my demons still do shit like that.
Hey, but low key, a woman don't like a man who can't get other bitches.
Right.
And they might say, why you talking to that bitch? But low key, if they see you can't get no play, you see that in videos. I went through his phone. And he had all the bitches. He was on read. He was on read. She's like, that's so embarrassing. She's just like, I don't even care if you talk to bitches anymore.
Yeah. I had a woman tell me that, man. The woman was asking me, hey, you been getting girls? Well, I've been going. I'm like, she's like, you ain't got a lot of me. I know you get girls. I wouldn't want you if you didn't get girls.
Exactly.
but they hate to admit it, man.
Yeah, they hate to admit
and
it.
another thing, your woman, like, I can't speak for every woman, but like my demon been in my phone before and saw a girl, and she was pretty, man. And they ain't gonna leave after girl pretty, man. But if she a fat, if you feel you fucking, you fucking a Tasmanian devil, man. She gone, she out of there. You know, she out of there. But that's one thing about women, man, is that they don't like. If they commit adultery on us, it's like you let somebody rob our fucking house, man. Because scripture said, well, you get a wife, you get a possession. Bitch, when you go cheat, you cheat with somebody you actually fucking like.
Yeah, because I'm gonna say this.
You know what I'm saying?
There's this thing called hypergamy. Hypergamy, where like females are always looking for an upgrade.
Yep.
Women ain't trying to they ain't trying to go down a notch. You know what I'm saying? You know, the women are all about, man, let me get somebody better than my last dude.
Man.
And men are kind of like, you know, shit.
So we'll go for a McDonald's.
You know what I mean? Because you know why? Because women are so over the man that it's to the point where men got to work harder to get a female.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's not like men got hella options like women, because the society done changed it. Social media, all these BBLs, you know, all this other stuff like that, to where women are just like they seem to be running the game when really they're not. You know, because truth be told, women think that all that validation is something that really it's not. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you're just gonna get fucked and tossed to the side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you could have a baby, have 10 years, whatever the case, and you think you're doing something, you're really just gonna get fucked. And then, you know what I mean? And you got to be careful, because y'all be having babies.
Yeah,
You know, it's not like that. It's not women are not built like that.
And there's many videos out there right now, men who have been in a relationship for 15, 20 years, and she steps outside of that.
Steve Harvey. He worth a lot of money, man. So that shit could happen to anybody, man.
Anybody.
There's videos of Jakes that raised a kid, 18 years old, and then they come to find out that
It's not even
it wasn't even his and shit. Yeah.
Hey, bro, what's that dude's name? I think it's Stephen Curry. Bro, his own wife, man.
All that.
You know,
the
interview. He's the greatest point guard ever played.
About to take off her ring and shit.
Bro, the greatest point guard to ever play the game, bro.
For real?
And she
disrespected that
disrespected the fuck out of him, man. And
that was a guy that walked in with his shirt off, all muscular and shit. And damn. Well, you ain't going nowhere, man. He ain't going no damn where. But what happened in the interview? Big Jake come out, all oily looking and shit.
Hey, some of them dudes be doing too much too, though.
She act like she was taking off her ring for that man. And this man, Stephen Curry, one of the best point guards,
highest paid,
rich than the motherfucker, and you better take off your ring for a model that's only probably worth no more than $30,000. It's crazy. This is insane. So that even goes to show you, a woman she will mess around with a guy low paid and not give a damn about your money.
As long as she knows
she'll fuck a bum, man.
if she knows she can get away
She
with
can
it.
get away with it, yeah. She'll do it.
And if you catch her, you the fault. You the reason why she did it.
You shouldn't have gone through my phone.
Yeah, you shouldn't have did that. Why you going through my stuff?
Hey, you'll be surprised. Hey, you'll be surprised what these women are doing behind your back, man. You'll be shocked, man. Hey, that's why sometimes I just don't go looking for trouble, man. If the Lord reveal it to me, He reveal it to me. But at this point, I don't even think about my demon. Like fuck her ass.
Right. I just need her to help around the house.
Hey, look, as long as you help around here,
Kid,
you straight. But if I find something out, you gonna get the fuck out. Yeah. But hey, look, until the Lord reveal it to me, you go ahead, keep doing your job.
That's it.
Because like the Apostle Tahar said, man, you could be at work, she could be doing something, man. You could be going to work out or playing basketball, and she could be doing something. Especially when women are given to idleness, man. When women are getting into idleness, they're always looking for something to get into, man.
Right.
And especially depending on the type of people she's hanging around, type of women she's hanging around, she would definitely get into whatever they're getting into as well, man. Yeah. So, that's why the scriptures tell you not to put your whole spirit into a woman. Hey, Paul said, if thou have a wife, treat it as though you have no wife. Because your main focus should be this work, man, and the truth. Now, you take her out, to go eat, you could travel with her, whatever the hell you want to do with her. but you don't want to put your whole spirit into her, man. Because look, at a drop of a dime, she could be with another nigga, man. At a drop of a dime, she probably already with another nigga, and you don't even know.
It's a bad investment.
Well, Omarion said that, and they got on Omarion's ass when they asked Omarion would he get married, and he said, hell no, that's a bad investment. Yeah. And they all them women got on his ass because they're like, what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? You making it bad for us to get married? Well, look, I'm telling you, don't ever get married, man.
Yeah.
Don't waste your time with that shit.
Not here.
I got a pretty real quick, bro. This is
You know how many motherfuckers I have met at work that told me they got married and got divorced? How many motherfuckers I have met?
Yeah.
Oh, I married her, I got divorced in 6 months. I married her, I got divorced in 3 years. I married her, I got divorced in 5 years. You know, I went through 6 marriages in my life. I'm like, so what the fucking point? What the point of it?
Right.
Why? If I don't understand if this is a trend in society, why are you people still getting married? And the crazy thing is, it is the man that's always initiating this shit.
Getting on the knee and shit.
You the one that you marry me looking like a damn idiot on one knee, man.
Right.
Why are you initiating these marriages knowing they never work out?
Hey, the scriptures say make no covenant with the heathen, right?
You
And a
crazy.
marriage license, the state becomes involved.
Yeah.
Once the state gets involved, if anything happened between you and her and she bounces,
Right.
they intervene. That's when they start telling you about the child support when you can and cannot see a woman. Then they start running and shit and saying that, oh, you ain't gonna see your kids and all this other bullshit. They be doing that shit, man. You know
Hey,
what
man,
I'm saying?
plus, bro, it takes money to get married. Now, how much money does it take to get married? Plus, it takes money to get divorced. You know, so that's, so it's a lot of, so that's a lot of your dough out the window when you could have avoided it all, man.
Well,
3 or 4 marriages, like what the fuck?
It's always that one guy who think his marriage is just gonna work.
Hey, 70.
Hey, it's always that one guy.
74% of them fail, man.
Damn.
It's always that one guy.
So would you that's a bad investment. You putting your money into 70. Imagine a stock that fails 74% of the time. You putting your money into that, you tripping, man.
Right.
It fails 74% of the time, and then not only that,
That shit volatile. It'll tell you it's volatile.
hey, these bitches will commit adultery on you, then leave with half of your shit. You just pay, if you worth some money, you just pay half of your money for a fucking fresh shit, man.
And she not gonna give a damn, man. She's not gonna give a damn because she got half of your shit out of spite.
Man,
She not gonna let you see your kids out of spite.
man.
And she gonna be fucking a nigga that night. Yeah, that kind of rhyme.
Yeah, it did.
Bars. Real quick. Hey, this is First Ezra 4:20. It says, a man leaving his own father that brought him up in his own country and cleaveth unto his wife. He sticketh not to spend his life with his wife and remembereth either father nor mother nor country. It says,
This man done forgot everything. He said, hey, fuck all that shit. I got this bad bitch.
it says, by this also, you must know that women have dominion over you.
man.
Do ye not labor and toil and give and bring all to the woman? Yeah, a man taketh his sword and goeth
Hey,
his
Jake could turn around and rob a motherfucker for his woman.
Oh, for sure.
Jake could turn around and go into a store and rob the convenient owner because of his woman. Because a woman, if y'all going through financial situations and shit, a woman will tell you, you need to fucking do something. You need to get us out of this situation. And because Jake don't want to work a 9 to 5, and he want that quick, easy money, Jake is going to rob somebody, man. Jake go rob a damn store, and now, and she did all that crying only for you to now spend 15 years in prison.
Right.
Now what you gonna do? You 15 years in prison, she's out fucking another nigga, and you 15 years in prison.
Yeah. It says, a man taking his sword and goeth his way to rob and steal, and to sail upon the sea and upon rivers, and looketh upon a lion and goeth in the darkness, and when he hath stolen, spoiled, and robbed, he bringeth it to his love.
Wow.
Wherefore a man loveth his wife.
He like, look, baby, look, hey, yeah, girl, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Look, we got this shit right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, baby, yeah.
Right.
Hey, that's all over the coochie, man.
Right.
All over the damn woman, man.
Yep. It says, wherefore a man loveth his wife better than father or mother.
And then you got this going on. Open up.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Now Jay gotta open up and shit, and now he's on the ground and shit, all fucked up,
Right.
arm probably dislocated, going to jail and shit.
Yeah.
Now you gotta wake up in the morning on Monday, see a damn judge and shit, while the judge is telling you, yeah, you gonna spend, you know what I'm saying, 15
Right.
years in prison or even more for armed robbery. You know, and while you done brought all that money to her, she's enjoying that shit at the club.
Yeah.
She's enjoying that shit at the parties. She got another nigga on her side. While you sitting in prison trying to, multiple times you're trying to get her on the phone and shit. You finally get on the phone, but by the time you get her on the phone, the other nigga is picking up the phone.
Is this Jody? That got my baby.
Yeah.
I'm pregnant.
That's the life of niggas for you, man.
See, and hey, that's why in this day and time you got a lot of Jakes looting these stores, bro, in these mobs. They going into these high-end stores and they just grabbing shit and running. You better believe it's some pussy behind that.
Oh, for sure.
In some way, shape, or form, why Jake is taking that risk, man. They going in and they stealing the Louis bags, the Birkin bags, and all of this shit because ultimately they either trying to oppress a bitch or they trying to do it for a bitch so they can get some action, bro. And they willing to put themselves in a position like the brothers bringing out to get locked up for that, man.
And then what you gonna do now that you took all that shit, and then now you fucked up that store financially because that store gotta pay back the people they got it from.
Right.
Now they can't pay them back. Now they in debt. Now they gotta file for bankruptcy. Now that store shut down. Now you can't go and rob the store again. So now
Right.
you asked out. It's the same thing with Walmart.
Yeah.
Walmart, all of the goods that's at Walmart, they make a deal with their clients, and they say, look, we will take in a lot of your product and pay you after we get paid. So what's in Walmart is not even paid off yet. It's just sitting on the shelf until it actually gets sold.
Right.
So then when you niggas go up in there and you start taking every fucking thing, Walmart can't pay that money back.
Right.
And if they can't pay it back to the client, then now they're in $1 million debt with the client they can't pay back. Now what do you think they gotta do? They gotta shut down. They gotta file for bankruptcy to get out of the debt with that client that they have to pay, man.
Also, what they do is they drive up the prices, man.
Yeah.
They drive up the prices on goods because a lot of theft. They have to, they have to start marking shit up.
Niggas are stupid.
It says, yeah, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sakes.
And become servants for women's sake, man. You're a servant to something that's weaker than you. The scripture says she is the weaker vessel, and you have become her puppy. You have become her pit bull.
Man.
Now she just try to sick you on the next nigga that get a paycheck so you can bring that free paycheck home to her, only for your ass to end up in jail, man.
It
You niggas are stupid, man. Bitch, you better go on somewhere.
It says, man, also
Go ahead,
many
dog.
also have perished and erred in sin for women, and now do ye not believe me? Is not the king great in his power? Do not all regions fear to touch him? Yet did I see him, and upon me the king's concubine, the daughter of the admirable Bardicus, sitting at the right hand of the king, and taking the crown from the king's head, and setting it upon her own head.
Man.
That's
She-
what they get that whole queen theory shit from.
Man,
Which that queen word goes back to the Latin,
Lord,
which
yeah.
means prostitute,
Yeah.
man.
it says, she also struck the king with her left hand, and yet for all this the king gaped and gazed upon her with an open mouth. If she laughed upon him, he laughed also. But if she took any displeasure at him, the king was fain to flatter that she might be reconciled to him again.
Wow, so he gotta entertain her again, so she can start feeling for him again. So if the bitch don't like you, you gotta find a way to get her to like you again.
Yeah.
That shit crazy, man.
Yeah, well, that happened with John the Baptist, right? The daughter of the wife required the head from Antipas, I think it was, and that's basically why he brought it to him. You know, that's why John the Baptist. That's part of why he got killed. You know, a woman wanted to see him dead and shit.
I got a few, man. I got a couple. Micah 75, it says, trust ye not in a friend, put ye not confidence in a guide. Keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom. Come on, man. And then I got
Hey, well look at Samson, right?
Man.
When he opened up his mouth about
Pillow talk.
his the strength that he received from Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And by him, the brother said pillow talk, man. He fucking got comfortable and told her ass his secret. I get my power from my hair from the Lord by taking a vow, right? Then she turned around, cut his damn hair. He broke the vow, lost his strength. They ended up grabbing him up, gouging out his damn eyes, and tossed him in prison, man.
I'll tell you how cool this shit is, man. I went out with a woman, man, some years ago, and you know, I didn't get too nice, but she did, man. She got, you know, drunk. I moved back to the crib and we was laying down, and she started pillow talking, man. And the bitch was like, she's like, you know why I love you so much? I'm like, why? She was like, because you don't let me rule over you. Every man I ever been with is like my little bitch or little dog. Like they'll get on all fours and let me walk on their back. You don't let me do that to you.
Man.
I'm like, and then I woke up the next morning. She don't even remember she said that shit. You know, but that goes to show you, like, damn, this is their agenda. This is what they do. They get off to breaking men, man. That's what they want to do for whatever trauma that they have or whatever, man.
Right.
But they get off to that shit, and that's really what's pushed forth now. But you will have a strong ass man who will fight you, shoot at you, beef with you, but go home and be subservient to his bitch, man.
That shit crazy.
That shit crazy, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
a
nigga will literally fight you because you didn't get into an argument with a nigga. And he will fight you and damn near want to kill you, but go home and get into an argument with his damn woman and be sitting on the couch crying and shit. This shit crazy, man.
bro.
Jake, man. Jake too much for me.
Don't got it.
Jake too much
Whole
for
time
me,
this
man.
bitch got 2 baby daddies, 4 baby daddies, 5, and you fighting behind another nigga bitch. And then another 4 other niggas, bitch. Man, we live in a society that's fucked up. But then you talk like this, and we the bad guys. But if you listen and you take heed to what we're saying, it can save you from a lot of shit, man.
Right, right.
A lot of shit.
A lot of fucking shit, man. Because then you'll be like, what the fuck I'm gonna fight over a bitch for, and then put myself in harm's way. And let's say I do come out on top, this bitch still gonna go fuck somebody else, man, and justify it. That's why you can't even be too much worried about this shit, man. Man, she ain't yours, it's your turn. It might be your turn for 10 years.
Right.
It might be a turn for 30. It might be a turn to 50. Who knows? But you gotta have that mindset,
Hey,
man.
crazy you brought that up, man, because there was a 80-year-old couple, man, and she turned around and told her husband at the age of 80 that she had an affair with somebody else, man.
Come on, man.
And he divorced her ass when she
Nice.
told him, man.
That's the spirit.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, man.
80 years old, man.
Yeah.
And a bitch will still cheat on you, man. At the age of 80, man.
And see, you
Look at
know,
what time she waited to tell him that.
bro, you know, that just show you the wickedness of the heart of a woman, man, because you gotta be real wicked, you know, like these devils Esau Edom, to not have remorse or sympathy or guilt in your heart for the things that you keep in secret.
Or what about
You know,
the,
like, yeah, go ahead.
Salaka, what about the fucking girl that married her husband, and she told him that she waited for them to get married to actually tell him the truth, and she said in their relationship for as long as they've been together, she was messing around with another man, and she waited for them to get married to tell him. Damn.
That shit, see, that's
Y'all be calling them the victims, man.
Women are
Bro,
fucked up, man.
what about that woman that just did that scam, talking about she got hit over the head with a brick from a man because he had turned her down. She turned him down in the club, and it turned out to be a fucking scam that this lady was running every couple of years. You know, she went on live in a video talking about how the so-called black man wasn't defending her when they saw her getting beat outside the club and shit. Then she immediately throw up a GoFundMe, and then all of you niggas out there, you fell for the shit. Y'all done sent her $40,000, $50,000. She came up on like 40, 50K off of this whole scam, and she done ran off with the money. But that just show you, like, these women, they ain't about shit. It's always an agenda. You know what I'm saying? They full of lies. You know, they heart. They don't have no sympathy, no remorse, no guilt for the shit that they do, man.
That reminds me of that one movie. Remember that movie with Martin?
Love.
Love. What
Thin
is
Line
it?
Between Love and
Yeah,
Hate.
Thin Line Between
I
Love
hate
and
that
Hate.
movie.
Yeah.
That bitch was crazy.
Yeah, she was.
She's a
That
psycho.
bitch made me scared of bitches for a long time, man. Eating the cake.
Hey, that reminds me of Emmett
Man.
Till.
Yeah.
That white lady was the reason why Emmett Till got killed, because supposedly they were walking down the same street or if it was the opposite side of the street where he whistled, and I guess she told him to go to the other side, something to that effect. I don't remember exactly the story, but basically they were catcalling that woman, and she went to go tell everybody that they was doing that or whatever, and it caused her brother and maybe her husband to kill Emmett Till, and that's how he died. But it came out like years later. She came out and finally told the truth that it may have not went down like that. I said, what do you mean? What do you mean it may not have went down like that? She's like, well, it didn't go down like that. That didn't happen. You know what I'm saying?
She just wanted to get him killed.
Yeah, she was Edomite.
I got a precept.
Hey, just like these women do today, man. When they falsely call the police, like you had that one Eve who called the police on her husband and told the police that he was beating on her, and he was recording the bitch the whole time, and he's beating me. Oh, he pointed a gun at my face. She's so all type of lies the whole time she was being fucking recorded, but because she was so heavily in her emotions, she didn't even give a fuck about him recording. Right. And she was just sitting there lying the whole time. Or like the Edomite girl who did the exact same thing to her husband because he found out that she cheated on him. He found out she was cheating, and he was leaving the house, and she called the police, telling the police he hit her and slapped her, and he was recording while he was going down the stairs the whole time, and she just on the phone just lying and shit the whole fucking time, man. Women will get you fucked up in this world.
Yeah, I had a woman I was dating for like 2.5 years, almost 3, and I had to write her a bill of divorce because the bitch was, acting up or whatever. And I probably broke up with her at like 10 o'clock. By 12 o'clock that night, bro, she was sending me pictures of her with another dude, man. You know what I mean? So it just goes to show you. And the bitch texted me, she was like, hey, I know you want to break up, but before we break up, before I confirm what I'm going to do tonight, are you sure you want to break up? I'm like, yes, bitch, yes.
Right.
Yes, I'm done. And then here come, hours later, here come all the calls, here come the text, the text messages and all that. And then a picture of another dude that they was, but it goes to show you that it's 2 hours later, man. So you got to be kind of numb towards this shit, man, because a dude, and she was sending me the address of where she was at. A dumbass dude would have pulled up to the address,
got all wild,
and got all wild, and got all in his emotion. And behind this bitch, who was gonna fuck anyway, man.
Yeah, She had him on deck.
Come on, man. I'm like, bitch, why you, click, block, get out of here. Yeah, set your ass up. Nah, man, don't fall into that shit, man. Don't fall into their games and their little traps and their snares, man. This is Sirach 25 and 13. It says, give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman, man. Right. Come on, man. So how deep is that? How deep, behind closed doors, what is she really doing?
Right. I got it. Right. This is the book of Sirach 26, and I'll start at 24. A dishonest woman contemneth shame, but an honest woman will reverence her husband. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, man, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. Mm-hmm. A woman that honoreth her husband shall be judged wise of all. Let me run that again. A woman that honoreth her husband shall be judged wise of all, but she that dishonoreth him in her pride shall be counted ungodly of all. A loud crying woman and a scald shall be sought out to drive away the enemies. It says, there be 2 things that grieve my heart, and the third maketh me angry. A man of war that suffereth poverty, and men of understanding that are not set by, and one that returneth from righteousness to sin. The Lord hath prepared such a one for the sword. Key point is, man, that a woman that honoreth her husband shall be judged wise of all, man. Because really, women are supposed to be, they're supposed to follow their husbands, man. And so this truth is for the elect of Israel. We're a husband to our Creator. How about Shem Yahushai? And that's another reason why our women don't listen to us, man. Why they go off, because we went off. That's how the Heavenly Father felt too. I think it tells you that in Hosea. It tells you that in Hosea, man. That the reason why our women don't listen to us is because we didn't listen to the Most High. So now we got a taste of our medicine, because here it is. We're supposed to love the Heavenly Father, right? And we did it. So the Lord feels the same way. Like, oh, okay, I'm going to show you what it feels like. So that's why, because really, truth be told, man, women love men love women, but women don't be loving men, bro. Because the scriptures say that a woman, her glory is what? Is her hair. And the glory of a man is what? His woman. You see what I'm saying? So hey, it's in our nature to have that woman and be like, yo, this is my woman, this is my everything. But since we went off the Lord, it happens to where a woman will bounce on us. You see what I'm saying? So we're never really sure, how long, but a godly woman, a woman who does right by her husband, man. Hey, the scriptures say, hey, who knows if she just got to do right. She could be saved by just doing right by you, man. It tells you that in 1 Corinthians 7 chapter.
That platform of Fresh and Fit, he was like Myron. He said, men truly love women, but women don't truly love men. He said, men, and that's a proven fact because, like the brother said, think about it. When you get with a woman and you really love her, you'll put your life up for her, man.
You'll change.
You'll change entirely for that woman, man. So it really goes to show you that men love women, but women only love men as long as you are profiting her in some type of way.
They say the relationship is only in jeopardy when the woman's unhappy.
Yeah.
But when you're unhappy, you just gotta ride it out like fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck it.
And shit. I was gonna say something else.
When you get this is Proverbs 23 and 27. For a whore is a deep ditch, and a strange woman is a narrow pit, man. And think about it, man. All these women that we deal with are whores, man. And then it's hard to deal with them too because the connection between you and her can be severed at any moment due to the fact that she have been with other men. Right? There's like for an example, there's a chemical within a woman that's called oxytocin, which is a chemical bonding agent that's within a woman when you have sexual intercourse with her. Or if she's doing that with multiple partners, then that bonding agent within a woman isn't in her to actually bond with you. That's why a lot of these women fantasize about being with other men. And a lot of them are making videos on YouTube about it, man. Talking about how they have a husband and how they wish they could be with this guy, or how they wish they could be what they could be doing with this guy, or if I had a husband, I'll be doing this with this guy. Like in a podcast, this girl was like, if I had a man and we had kids, we would take care of the kids, we'd be together, we would be happy, but I want to fuck another man. That's what she said. She said, and I don't want him to talk about it. And he could do the same thing. I don't want to talk about it. We don't need to bring it up. We could just do it. See, and that's what happens when you have disorder the way you have it here in this world, is that women don't give a fuck, man. They don't give a shit. That's why when you go into like Ecclesiastes, the 7th chapter, he said what? He said, out of 1,000 men I have found one, but out of 1,000 women I have found none that were faithful. So these women, they so highly into the world that they're willing to do everything that any other woman is doing, man. So if you got bitches like Beyonce, Cardi B, or Megan Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj, and they all a bunch of whores, then these women that we see every day are no different than them.
Right.
Because they want to imitate the same shit that they're doing, because they want that freedom, but the freedom that they want is out of order, man. It's not righteous freedom. It's unholy freedom, man. Because now they want to be able to do whatever the fuck they want to. I could have a man, I could have a husband, but I want to go to the club. I have a man, I can have a husband, but I want to go party, man. I can have a man, I can have a husband, but I want to dress skimpy and shit.
Yeah.
So again, it says Proverbs 23 and 27, for a whore is a deep ditch and a strange woman is a narrow pit, man. Stop trying to marry these women, because you're only going to fall in that same pit she in, man. You're going to find yourself in a deep fucking a pit dealing with these demons. You deal with them how you want to deal with them, but know that you need to keep a distance, right, mentally from her, man, and physically, man, because you don't want that spirit on her to be lingering on you too, man. Like the apostle always say, you want to keep a distance from your demon, so you don't get that spirit that she has, man.
Take your ass to the gym, man.
Yeah.
Get in the gym, man, or go for a walk, man, or do a video in the car or something, man. Leave the house a couple hours, man. Make them miss you. Because when they become too familiar with you, they start disrespecting your ass. You know, they feel like they know you now. It's like the boss eating with the employee. The employee don't have no respect for the boss, right? You know, you gotta always remain mysterious. Says what? Keep thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom. So you gotta remain mysterious, because once she feel like she know you, it's a fucking rap, man. But the moment she feel like she know you, she don't hit her with another move, man. That'll keep her on her motherfucking toes and to keep her interested.
Hey, this is Ecclesiastes 7. You got one? You got it. This is Ecclesiastes 7:26. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and net, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleases the Most High shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. But these women, man, they're snares and nets, because what you use a net for, to trap something in. Yeah. You want to catch a fish with, right? You could catch different type of animals with it, like chicken or whatever the hell, with a net, and then you want to do whatever you have to do in order to take care of them. Well, what's going on with these women is that the nets that's out there are nets for them to become whores, man. Are nets for them to become out of order, and then they're falling right into the traps and shit. Because why? They're taking advice from these women who think they know it all. But these same women that they're talking to and they're conversating with are women who had 3 kids by 3 different men or more, right? That's out doing shit and that's miserable as fuck, right. Trying to get her to be miserable, trying to get her to do the same thing. And these are the women that these women are hanging around with, man.
Yeah. Testimony real quick, man. It was a woman I was dealing with who I was younger, right? Mentally, who I was actually, trying to have a kid with, man. And because I liked her that much, she was like, let's have a kid or whatever. And she was taking pills to have a kid, man, but I could not have a kid with this girl, man. I could not have one. And then I end up, writing her a bill of divorce, man, and she ended up having a kid by another dude, but turned out this bitch was a wicked ass woman the whole time, man. So the Lord delivered me from that, man. Because I could not do it. I'm like, why this bitch not getting pregnant? I look and she taking pills to get pregnant. She thinking there's something wrong with her. I'm thinking there's something wrong with me. And the whole time, the bitch was wicked, man. Yeah. Overly, the most wickedest bitch I ever been with, man. And I couldn't get her pregnant. And the moment I broke up with her, she got pregnant like a year later by some nigga, man. But the Lord said what? The portion of a wicked, basically she gets turned over to a wicked man, man. Yeah. And the Lord delivered me out of that situation, man. And I praise the Lord for that. Because had you be stuck in that, man, that evil ass baby mama, man, that's some wild ass shit, man.
The hell you changed the world, man. Yeah. The hell you went a bit to. Well, look at the one, that demon ass Eve who told her daughter to say that her dad was touching on her, man. And then he was like, he was recording it, and he was telling his daughter, did I touch you? Did I touch you? And she kept saying no. She kept saying no, but the black woman kept trying to force her to say that he did, man. It was cruel, man. But everybody was against her ass, man. Everybody was saying she was fucked up. Like, that's some fucked up shit to say. Not only that, that's some fucked up shit to put a child through, man. Because now the child is confused. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? My dad touched me. What are you talking about? What is that? Right? And you're influencing her to say some shit that's not true. Hey, man, just
they don't even
stay the fuck away from
like what type of long-term trauma that could
stay the fuck away from black women.
That could cause to that child, man.
Stay the hell away from black women.
Hell yeah, man. It's crazy because it's like if women had any sense within them, when you look at all of the clashes that they cause within a household, all that energy could be used towards something productive. It's so much wasted energy because of this fucking unnecessary clashing and shit that's going on that you can't even really focus on things that's gonna be able to move your family forward, move your relationship forward. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna benefit the family overall. Y'all sitting there because of the shit that y'all causing from, allowing y'all emotions to run rampant. Y'all not allowing productivity. And not only is it happening within the household, it's happening within the Israelites as a nation. You know what I'm saying? Our women, they won't step back and actually realize the reason why you feel like you got so many hurdles in front of you and roadblocks and y'all can't fucking get ahead is because you causing these unnecessary fucking clashes to where energy is being wasted. And that energy could be moving things forward for y'all and being used towards something productive.
I got one to back you up, brother. This is Sirach 3 and 9. For the blessing of the father established the houses of children, but the curse of the mother rooteth out foundations.
Whoa.
That's
That says exactly what.
I was just finna grab that.
And see, the thing about it, because see, the Lord set up the man. A lot of women don't understand the Lord set up the man, especially if you have a man of the Lord. It's one thing to have a Jake man. It's another thing to have a man of the Lord. Man of the Lord, the scriptures say that the prayers of the righteous appears at the cloud. So the Lord is dealing with the men of the Lord, right? But if a woman come and come with all this unnecessary drama or whatever, like it can ultimately root out that foundation that man is trying to set and messes with the children. And ultimately, if a woman is not doing right by you, the Lord's going to get rid of her, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But the apostles have always said, don't be afraid because the Lord will give you another woman.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, and it hurt, right? Because we went back to it, the men really love women, bro. Real talk. But do women really love us? It's to be seen, man.
Under the right conditions.
Yeah, under the right conditions, the right stipulations. I mean, and it's just because, and that's part of them. That's part of the curses of men and women. It's like, and you're lucky, man. You're blessed if the Lord give you a woman to stay with you. You're blessed, man. You know what I'm saying? Take care of that. But let's read this again. Sirach 3 and 9. For the blessing of the father establishes the houses of children, but the curse of the mother rooteth out foundations. So a mother could really curse the whole damn household. What does the scripture say? It's better to dwell with in a housetop. You know what I'm saying? A rooftop than inside of the house with a brawling woman. And that's sometimes hey, I'll be honest, man. I slept in my car before because I don't want to go home with so much damn drama to keep me from doing something stupid, from hearing. You know what I'm saying? And that's just being honest. But these things happen. The scriptures say you shall have trouble in the flesh. You gonna go at it.
Yeah.
You gonna go at it. You know what I'm saying? Like women got their whole opinion and they mind, and so do men. But ultimately, man, the Lord said that the woman shall be subject to the man in all things. It tells you that in Ephesians. So like when women really go up against the man, they're really going against their foundation. They're really going against the Most High. They're going against who gave wisdom.
Right.
Who got the wisdom? It's the man.
Right.
The man got wisdom, bro.
And Salakia, like for an example, a man lays down a foundation because there was a guy just recently who was going through shit with his wife. What did he do? He took all three of his kids out in the yard and shot all three of them because of her, man. Or the other guy who took his kids, went into a parking lot, and she committed adultery on him, and he took all three of his kids in the car and shot all three of them along with himself, man. So the shit that a woman can uproot in a house, it's crazy as hell, man. It's serious. And women don't see that, man. Women don't see that she could break a man like that. The world is already breaking us, man. The world is already breaking us. Having to get up and go to work, having to get up and deal with these devils, having to get up and deal with these people in they unruly ass driving, having to cuss motherfuckers out and all that shit. Then you gotta go home to this unruly ass woman, man.
I got one for you. This is Sirach 25 and 22. A woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger,
Man.
impudence, and
Look
much
at that.
reproach.
Wow.
So they start,
Look at that.
women, they cook, they clean,
Man.
they iron your clothes, they do this, that, and the third. After a while, they start getting angry, full of reproach, full of this, full of that. It says, what do they say? Oh, I cook all day for you, I done clean the house and all this, and you over here dealing with the madness of the world to come home to deal with more madness, man. You know what I'm saying? It says, a wicked woman abated the curse.
And so, like, and the crazy thing is, a woman is not dealing with a lot, man.
Thank you.
Everything my demon did, I did, man. I ate, taking care of the baby, changing diapers, being up all night with the baby. I have done that. Washing clothes, wash all of the clothes.
Yeah.
I've done that multiple fucking times.
Yeah.
Going out to get something to eat, taking the kids to the park. Well, I've done that, man.
Right.
Hey, you go home and you feel the back of the TV, it's hot.
Yeah.
Cause she's been on the damn couch watching TV while the kid been asleep all day. But when you get home, you gotta deal with everything else around the goddamn house. You gotta help with the kids. You gotta help with the laundry. You gotta help with this. You gotta help with that. Then you gotta deal with the yard work. Then you gotta deal with making sure the car still works. We go through so much fucking hell
And these women can't even deal with cooking, man.
Right.
And stress out about cooking. A woman does not do a lot of work. And for the niggas that's out there that's believing that shit, that because you are a nigga who do not have kids, you are a nigga who do not have a woman, but you're making a comment on something you know nothing about, man.
It says back in Sirach 25 and 23, it says a wicked woman abated the courage, make it a heavy countenance and a wounded heart.
Man.
And I'll say this, man. When I was younger, man, when I used to get in fights with a woman or whatever, my woman, okay, like you'd be all like, damn, God of the word, you beat the blues, bro. Real talk. As you get older, you start to realize that, hey, man, you know, like this brother said, hey, you love your women, you love your kids, you know what I'm saying? But you know, the will of the Lord is for you, you know, to separate the, hey, you put it in the hands of the Lord, bro. But you know, ultimately, you know, hey, we got to keep going. You know, we got a job to do, right?
Hey, you got brothers that'll purposely do overtime just to not go home, man.
Yeah.
You call, hey, you got some more jobs? Yeah, I got some more jobs for you out there all night just doing your thing because you don't want to go home.
Right.
That's fucked up that a man don't want to go home to the same house he paid for. He drained his pockets and his bank accounts to pay for that shit, only to not want to go home. That shit crazy as hell.
Or you take the long way home.
Right.
Or you sit in the car in the front of the driveway. What you doing in there?
Chilling, because
I'm
I
on
want
the
to be
phone.
around motherfucking ass.
Yeah, straight up.
Hey,
It says,
that next verse is, I was
Go
ahead.
let me read this again. A wicked woman abated the courage, maketh an heavy countenance and a wounded heart. A
Man.
woman that will not comfort her husband in distress, maketh weak hands and
Hey,
feeble knees.
But they want you to comfort them all the time. Rub my back, rub my feet, rub my neck. I need you to get up and go to the store and do this. I need you to go do that. Okay, well, where my back rub at?
Yeah.
I need you to rub my damn head. I'm stressed out. I got a headache. What that at? Nah, they don't even think about no shit like that.
Bro, you know what's crazy is they'll never even ask you about how you doing or how was your day. Is everything okay? They're not even concerned with that. That shit don't even come to their mind. They don't even ask you. But before you can even think to be like, man, you know, man, I went through it today. They're already telling you everything. That's fucked up about their day or fucked up about what they're going through.
That's facts.
That's facts, bro. That's how they operate, man.
Hey, you ever tell a woman about your day and all of a sudden she switches the subject?
Like without even
All the
acknowledging what you
time.
said.
You be like, I was talking to you
All the
about,
time.
you be like, y'all talking about you something deep, you just fucking.
That's why you don't talk to them. And that's why the brotherhood is important. And that's why men, they be grieved inside sometimes because they get home and they supposed to have somebody that care for them and they don't have that partner that they can, you know, if needed, that they can vent to about some shit, man.
What do the scriptures
Get something
say?
off their chest.
Salaki. But what do the scriptures say, man? They're supposed to be a pillar of rest. What's a pillar of rest? A pillar is like a big ass piece of concrete, a big old.
Yeah.
Chill back on.
Yeah, just, you know what I'm saying? That's what a woman's supposed to be, man. Right? It says,
Pillar of hell.
of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. For all y'all who say the woman is God, got a lot of cats out there. A woman is God. Oh, I've heard this the other day. Women give life. No. Women hold life. The Most High Yahweh Shimei Shai gives life.
That's right.
You know, there was this woman on social media talking about, you put one woman on the island and
saw
10
that shit. That
dudes,
was wild.
there'll be a lot of life. But if you put one dude with 10 women, there'd be no life. And I was like, what the fuck? Bro, one man can impregnate 10 women.
In a day.
But 10 women can impregnate one woman.
Right.
So, I mean, seriously, like, who is really a key proponent for life
Yeah, they
is the
wor-
man.
Yeah, they worship themselves. Man.
You know what I'm saying?
They worship themselves.
And the man testicles, he got millions of sperm. A woman produces 1 egg a month. Okay? So you can cut all that shit out. A woman is not God. You know what I'm saying?
And a lot of
Woman
niggas
is
ever-
really deaf, man, because hey, even the scriptures tell you in Joel the 14th chapter, it says a man that is born of a woman is a few days full of troubles, man. Fucking women, man, that's all y'all know how to do is bring death, man. Without the man, there's no rule, man. Well, you need a man. Shit, you need a man to tell your ass what to do, man. Because you women, you're like brother brought out, you women are like dogs, man. We gotta guide you in the right direction.
Yeah.
Because the minute you let the dog off the leash, the dog just out wandering the damn world, man. Until it sniffs itself back home.
And I saw this thing on social media. They were talking about the percentage of jobs, important jobs that men hold. Bro, you talking about electricians, cement layers,
sewage workers.
You're talking about carpenters. You're talking about plumbers. You know what I'm saying? Like, who built this world, man? Through the spirit and party, it was, through the men. Men are highly important, man. For a lot of women to say men are important. You see what I'm saying? That's that rooting out the foundation of men, man. You see what I'm saying? Men, hey, man, for the most part, man, men want to lay down a foundation for their kids, man. A responsible man will teach his children and try to lead the family in the right way. You see what I'm saying? But as soon as the woman get wicked, she just fucks that shit all up. Yeah. And that's why it's good, to have to have that mind well instructed. There's nothing better than to have a woman's mind well instructed, man. Women got to be like humble, submissive to learn. That's another thing too. And women get mad when we use that word submissive.
Yo.
So what do you mean?
I'm not a fucking slave.
Yeah, they'd be saying that. I'm not your slave. Well, you know what? In the ancient world, man, women, it was an honor for women to have children. Yeah. It was an honor for a woman to bear a man's children. And if she was bearing children, where the hell she at? At the crib.
At a time,
she ain't at no job site.
I think during the 60s or something like that, women were crying when they had kids, man. They started to cry to their parents, like, you're pregnant. I don't want to be pregnant. And like, they was tripping, man. Like, I was like, damn, like, it's a burden like that to have a baby and shit.
And the ancient women thought it was a reproach when they weren't able to bear children. They thought they were like a curse, like, oh snap, They were like, I'm not a real woman.
Look at Abraham.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll read the end of this.
Barren. I want a child.
This is Sirach 25 and 25. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. If she go not as thou wouldest have her, cut her off from thy flesh and give her a bill of divorce and let her go.
Women are like dogs, man. They're wanderers, man. Yeah, you let them off that leash. That's it, man. Hey, you tell your woman, hey, go ahead and do what you want to do tonight. Oh yeah, she gonna definitely do that.
Right.
She's a damn dog, man.
They do it virtually too.
Huh?
Yeah, that's like, social media. That's his world in itself.
And like, women always sexualizing themselves as well, man. All you gotta do is go to their Instagram page and look at their pictures. You're gonna see how much they sexualize themselves.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna tell you about Instagram and all them fucking social media pages, man. They got 2 or 3 pages, man.
Yeah.
Why the fuck they got 2 or 3 pages?
Yeah.
You trip out on that shit, like, you got 3 pages for fucking what? What the fuck you got 3 pages for, man? A lot of women got, that backup page and shit. When you don't know about it.
It's called a Finsta.
Finsta, there you go, a Finsta, whatever.
I'm on you, bitches. I'm on you, bitches.
Hey, you gotta kind of know all this shit, man. You gotta be on your toes, man. I mean, shit. For the most part.
Hey, they even getting smart enough to know that now, like, if you go through their phone, they don't have the shit that you're looking for in there. If they haven't now, they could just download an app, delete the damn app, and you can't find nothing. And then they'll just reinstall it when they get back on their phone. Like, women do shit like that, man. Or they'll turn around and because now they know they can't delete their, especially if you got an iPhone, they know they can't delete their messages, because when they delete their messages and their code, you could just restart the phone, and then all the messages that were deleted will pop right back up. That's why they do everything by way of apps now. Because now if you delete the app, your man ain't gonna know about that damn app you deleted. So now they know that they can get away with shit like that even better. And then as a man, you look on our phone, what the fuck we got nothing on that, man. Like, I ain't got 1,000 apps and shit. Like I'm not on here trying to figure out all type of technological shit. I'm not on there doing it, but women do that shit.
DMs are drier than a motherfucker.
Hey, right?
Hey, and I'm gonna say this too, man. You know what? Because people will watch this video, right, and be like, they hate women. We don't hate women, bro. We get on the men the most.
Huh?
It's a one in a blue moon. I don't remember the last time we got on the woman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe a month, maybe like 3 months ago, 2-3 months ago. But hey, we don't get on the woman enough. But hey, our women need it just like as a man needs it. Our women need it just as much. You know what I'm saying? You have some people watch this video. Like,
They he-man woman haters.
Macho. Chauvinist. They're chauvinist.
And look, majority of us got women, man.
We all got one.
You know, so we don't hate women. We hate the shit that they do. And all we saying is that if you gonna deal with them, know what the fuck you dealing with, man. Because if you go in there dilly, you gonna get tricked, man. You go in there all willy dilly and googly eyed, she gonna, oh yeah, come on over here. Coming over here and get a taste of this heartbreak, man. Yeah.
She gonna destroy your
Destroy your
ass.
motherfucking ass, man. You know, and then you gonna learn, man. But I always say that, man. Every man must learn, man, what the fuck he dealing with, man, when it comes to this woman, man. Okay, but being this truth, we've been exposed to it. Like I got exposed to it, man, and ever since then, I had my okay, yeah, I know what that is. You gotta know what they fucking games, because if you don't know it, then your whole day will be based off how the fuck she feel. If she feel bad, you'll have a bad day. If your woman feel good, you'll have a good day. But you don't want that your day to be based on something so fucking emotional, man. You know?
Having a bad day, I'm over there having a good day.
It's a great day. And you get to that point, but a lot of men that don't know that, you'll base your day off of how the fuck you feel. You shouldn't do that.
I'll be like, you upset over there?
You shouldn't do that, man.
Yeah, I'm mad.
And never let her stop you from progressing yourself. Never let a woman stop you from progressing yourself, man. Always put the Lord first, but don't ever put a woman before you, man.
Hey, but what does the scripture say? The head of Yahweh Shai is Yahweh,
Head of women is man.
and the head of the woman is the man. You see what I'm saying? So that's the order. Most High, Yahweh Shai, the man, and then the woman. That's proper order, you know.
Hey, but other than that, you brothers got any more precepts? That's it. I would like to say Barak Yahweh.
Barak Yahweh.
Barak Yahweh Shai.
Barak Yahweh Shai.
Barak Yahweh.
Barak Yahweh.
Barak Yahweh Shai.
Barak Yahweh Shai.
Barak Yahweh.
Barak Yahweh.
Barak Yahweh Shai.
Barak Yahweh Shai.
I'd like to say Shalom.
Shalom.